Studio mode? What is that? Sorry, everyone. I'm just setting things up. I'm running a little bit late, so I do apologize. Sorry about that. Sorry, wrong window. Gotta love it. Just trying to find one thing. And then we will get started. No, don't want that. How do I just see my... Because I don't trust... I don't know if I trust the live chat thing for my stream now. Because might miss something. Not like, I mean, most people are probably not even going to be awake for this. I swear I'm a professional, dude. There it is. That's the screen I was looking for. Jeez. All right. Wow, dude. All right. I think we can finally get started now that I found the stupid stream or found the thing. Again, I'm like still kind of new to that, so keep this in the small corner because I don't need to see that. Don't really need to see that. All right. I've fallen a bit behind, everyone. So far, from what I can gather. Oh, wait, no, there's one more video, I think, actually. Hold on. Sorry. Is it this one? That's not it. Let me just search it. That's my crappy stream. We don't care about that. I think there was one other I wanted to add. 3 hours ago, this must be it. So let me add that to my new playlist that I had to make just for this, because everything's all out of order and I'm falling behind and everything. Let's like you go a week without like making a video and there's like so much content you miss. Like every day he's saying some insane crazy shit. Oh yeah, I gotta do that too. Wait, are these the same thing? Why did see, that's another thing he taught, like just another crazy shit that he randomly started speaking off about. It's like I said, I went a whole like a week without making a video, and now just everything is going crazy, and I gotta catch up. And there's so much to catch up now. All right, I think we're good. I don't want to find any more stuff. So this is just a catch up stream for me. Catch up. But so it's not really gonna be in any order. I'm gonna try to do some of it in a little order. So we're gonna start with the newer stuff on top, and then we're gonna go down to some old, slightly older stuff like a couple weeks ago that I must have missed. Um, but let us start with. There was one more video I wanted to find too. Oh, I'm not prepared. Um, I'll try to find it while I react to this video. So I'll do it over here on the side. Actually, should I leave the Asmongold stuff for the end of the stream? Hmm. Yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll go oldest video, work our way up to the newest stuff. So let's get started.
This is Billy. Now it's the...
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here.
Then it's codename Kids Next Door. This is Cartoon Network.
Drew, what you said is silly, but I will address it. Drew just said in the stream chat, you have 800 members, but only 300 people are here for today's podcast. I hope they show up for the react. You have to understand something, Drew. All right? I'm a variety content creator. I do not just make one kind of content. I want you to think about this. Currently, I'm playing a Nintendo game, which is its own unique classification, I would feel, a competitive fighting game, and an ARPG from Blizzard. 3 completely different styles of video game, right? I'm about to do a react show where I react to clips from all over the internet, correct? That's completely different. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a podcast right now where I'm interacting and talking with you guys about various topics. You see?
You did that
in 1 week, I'm making 5 kinds of content.
No, you're not.
Now,
Lies.
even though you may say...
I already have to stop this, bro. You've been feasting with the king for ages. That's not new. Like, your podcast is just your pre-stream, so that's not new.
Well, you only have 300 people on the podcast. You're correct. This podcast has a certain audience. Some days we have upwards of 400, 500 viewers. Sometimes we have only 200 viewers. It really depends on what's going on. Particularly today, there's nothing too crazy going on in the realm of games or anything. So the attendance is a little lower. It's all right. But we have a regular audience that come and watch this show every day. And a lot of people even say, I like your podcast, but I don't particularly like the gameplay, but I'm here for the podcast, right? And that's good, right? If you actually add up all the viewers that I get from all over the place, you probably got, at the very least on a daily basis, a couple thousand people, different people, who are watching my content for various different reasons, right? And then when there's something happening going on,
I'm pretty sure no one's actually, like, sitting there enjoying his podcast. Like, that sounds like it's just a LARPer to me.
That'll increase. So I understand what you're saying. You're like, you only have 300 people on the podcast, but 800 members. Yeah, but in reality, I probably have like 2,000 or more people who watch the content. So when you say 800 members, that's not even half of the active viewer base. You understand?
No, it's not.
Now, they don't watch every piece of content, but they're split up watching different things. You understand? Game Checker.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be pausing a lot, I guess. He really fucking does think that, like, the people who watch his React channel is different than the people who watches his game channel, which is different from the people who watches his podcast, because this is such coping, like, to such a degree. I'm like, no, it's all the same people. The only people that like you is a very small group of people, and they watch all your shit. It's different, dummy.
$30 tip this morning. He was doing all these
But anyway,
overnight tips for Street Fighter 6, and now this is actually his usual tip for my React content. Thank you so much, Game Checker, for all of your support of my stuff. I really appreciate that. So that being said, we're now up to $41 in tips. And Game Checker has to say the following. He says, why'd you let Bison do river dance on your face? If you don't remember from last week, that's what you said in 2009 jokingly when you predicted a YouTube commenter would say in response to Shady J losing to Bison in the same exact way for 2 rounds. Now, I began watching your content in 2010. When I went back and watched all your tournament footage after you were playing Street Fighter 4, it started making me interested in the series. This particular quote lodged in my head for years. After hearing you commentate that match, and then a ridiculous thing happened in 2012. Street Fighter X Tekken was released, and M. Bison was included in its roster.
People
has a new super animation, which is literally river dancing on an opponent's face.
Trying to feed him like fake engagement.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Trying to get him to talk about
it.
stuff.
Anyway, you can judge for yourself. My submission this week is simply an old video of that super. And that's what we will watch. The river dance effect of M. Bison on the face of his opponent. Here's the thing. I'm definitely not saying that that particular situation is something that influenced anything. But I will tell you something. Being that I was around back in the day, and I was one of the more influential Let's Players on YouTube. I was one of the biggest ones to do the kind of improv commentary style. My videos were getting insane amounts of views. They were going viral. They were getting into the algorithm of YouTube. When you search for new games, I was at the top of the list. I would not be surprised if some of my mannerisms and things that I said and did.
Oh my god. And now we get the ego stroke. Yes, everyone. He is the one who invented games in general. No, Phil. I know YouTube was not as big as it is now, obviously, and that's the only reason why you got popularity was because fewer people were actually doing Let's Plays or playing games on YouTube and everything. But you were not the only one. You were not the most popular one at the time either. So this is all bullshit, but okay.
Rubbed off on the community at large. I will tell you this, and I'm sorry if someone disagrees. I think it's bullshit. I was using the term playthrough before anyone else of prominence was using it on YouTube. No, see, Silent Weapons, you're right. People would say let's play. It would be let's play or walkthrough. No one used playthrough. I invented the word. I never heard of the word before, and I created it on the fly. Because purposefully, I did not want to call my game playthroughs walkthroughs. I did not feel that when I was doing a series of videos on a game, that I was doing a guide. I felt like a walkthrough is someone's holding your hand and walking you through the game as a guide. Oh, you took advice, Phil. How dare you? It's not a legit playthrough. Fuck you. And I mean that. If you're just here to sit here and bitch, go away. No one cares about you. We're here to have fun with this game. We're not here to sit people whining and saying the get good mentality. That's not what the content was that I put out. So I would call it
your content was
playthroughs. All right? At the time, I'm not kidding you, people gave me shit for it. If you take a look at videos back in the day, there's actually comments on them, and it's like,
where is it then? Back it up. Show me some fucking video, Phil. Go back and prove your case to us, because this just sounds like ego-stroking bullshit to me.
Why are you calling it a playthrough? It's a walkthrough. The playthrough isn't even a word. Like, you made that up. And I would explain in my videos, no, I would explain.
No, you didn't. You never actually, actually, what a playthrough is, it's like, no, it's different from a what? Who gives a shit what it's called, dumbass? You were not the first person to ever come up with that name. You didn't invent it. Even if you, okay, like, let's humor him and say, oh, he was the first person on YouTube to ever use that word, right? Which is bullshit, because there's no way. But let's humor him, right? I was the first one to ever use it. So fucking what? You were quickly surpassed by people far, far better than you. No one's gonna remember you as the guy who created that word, even though you didn't create it and it's been used before outside of YouTube anyway. So fucking what does it matter? It doesn't mean you're special. It doesn't mean you were better than anyone at the time. You were literally just one of the first people. And obviously you quickly fell off because you were, like, almost as soon as you were popular, you were already behind the times and outdated. So what does it fucking matter?
I want to call it that because I don't want to be called a walkthrough creator. These are not walkthroughs. These are supposed to be playthroughs. You can find that line as early as back as 2009 in my channel descriptions. These are playthroughs, not walkthroughs. Okay?
And no one gives a shit what you call it because it's all the same shit anyway. And it doesn't mean anything.
And the funny part,
he really is grasping at straws here. He really is grasping at straws here to try to like hold on to any sort of fame that he might have, like, not fame, but like, what's the right word for it? He's really trying to grasp at like any kind of legacy. They're like, oh, I made this legacy. I'm like, no, it's not a fucking legacy, Phil.
part is now almost everyone says playthrough. It's been adopted as common terminology over the last 10 to 15 years.
And it wasn't because
but back
of you.
then, people actually gave me shit for using it, saying it wasn't a word and I'm saying everything wrong, right? What a weird person,
I'm sure
what an oddball.
did.
No, you're doing walkthroughs. I was like, no, I'm not. They're playthroughs. But another major reason that I call my videos playthroughs is because everyone back then was calling it Let's Play, right? And I didn't like the whole idea of calling my videos Let's Play, because that kind of felt to me like we're playing it together as a community. Now, back then, I wasn't doing interactive live streams. Okay? Maybe today you can argue. If I'm...
maybe today you could argue that even today it's still not interactive. You don't really interact with your audience unless they give you money. So what difference does it make?
I'm playing a game like Zelda or Diablo. There's a lot of community input.
Yeah, it's almost like you don't play the game at all anymore. I agree, Phil. Because you don't fucking play the game at all anymore, Phil. Because your viewers are the ones that are having to tip you in order for you to see or respond to the message. So they're paying you to play the game for them. That's what they're doing. Because if you were to play these games by yourself, I guarantee your actual content would improve. Like, if you played the game with absolutely no input from any of your audience, not looking up any guides or anything like that, and you actually played it on your own, your content would improve. But you're not going to do that because you're a pussy and you don't want to be embarrassed by your content. But that was the only appeal you ever had, was playing games poorly. And now you don't even really do that. Now you just play games boringly instead of poorly. And the only reason you don't play games poorly is because you're not playing the game at all anymore. That's the only difference.
Should I start from the Adjudicator Archstone or the Old Hero Archstone? Which is closer? You're not answering the question. People talking with me in the stream chat. And that, if you're calling it a Let's Play, it makes more sense because it really is a group of people contributing to the overall gameplay of the game, right? So in that regard, I could say, yeah, you have an argument, right? But back then, I was playing offline. I was playing single player, doing all solo improv commentary. How could you call that a Let's Play? It's not us playing together at all. I hated that terminology. That was another thing. Everyone would say, you're making a Let's Play. Like, no, I'm making a playthrough. And they would argue with me. No, it's a Let's Play. No. Everyone calls it a Let's Play. You're just being weird.
No one argued with him. No one gave a shit, Phil. Prove to me that this happened. Because no one believes a single fucking word you say about anything. And we're over here on the first fucking video. And I'm already 20 minutes into the stream. And no one gives a shit. Fill up. No one cares. Because it's all the same shit. Do you not understand? It doesn't matter what the fuck you call it. You're still doing the same shit everyone else is doing. And everyone before you did it, and everyone after you did it. Oh, I'm the first one to use playthrough instead of Let's Play, instead of walkthrough. So what? You're still doing the same shit everyone else is doing, but they're calling it something else. So what? It doesn't mean you're doing anything better. It doesn't mean you're doing anything different. You're still the same content, just under a different name. What's in a name, Phil? What's in a name? It's all the same thing. And I almost guarantee you, no one was actually giving two shits about what you were calling things back then, okay?
Weird and calling it something no one uses. And now everyone says playthrough. In fact, does anyone even say let's play anymore?
Guys, everyone calls their games playthroughs now. And they owe me money because I literally pulled that word out of thin air. No one in human history ever used the word playthrough before me. So you guys got to give me tips and royalties for using that word. So I expect everyone to give me $1 for every time anyone on this planet ever said the word playthrough before. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who cares? This is all pointless. Do you not see that? It's all semantics.
Is anyone even familiar?
And he's the king of semantics, as we all know. He's just going in circles.
Let's play.
Trying to
almost
like
no one even uses that terminology
create
anymore,
some bullshit legacy that
it's
he
like
never really had.
Term, but everyone still says playthrough. And what's hilarious about that is there's idiotic people out there who will say things like, "Oh, that's you're just out of your mind. That's a delusion of grandeur." No, something that's factually backed up is not a delusion of grandeur.
Well, then present the facts. You see, this is the problem. Oh, it's factually backed up. Then if you're presenting an argument and you claim it to be factual, you have to factually back that up and provide evidence for your argument that supposedly is backed up by facts. You just spouting off bullshit nonsense and claiming it to be factual does not make it factual. And giving your history, no one is going to fucking believe a single word you say unless you actually provide facts. This goes back to the whole fucking debunking bullshit saga thing that he tried to do, where he provided zero evidence, zero facts, and pretended that he debunked anything when he didn't. How hard is it for you? I'm not going to do it because I don't give a shit. I really don't care that much. Right? And again, even if this is true, it still doesn't fucking matter anyway. Provide evidence, Phil, please. Go back to your fucking comment section from 2009 or 2010 and provide evidence that even people were even arguing about what it was called. Because I even doubt that, let alone fucking that you created the word. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Like, even if it was true, which I don't think it was, which is it's fucking bullshit. But even if it was true, it doesn't matter. What do you want? Fucking royalties? Because you were one of the first few people to actually start using that term instead of a different term. You were still doing the same shit everyone else was doing, though.
Or it's you're an idiot. Dude, seriously, like, my mind is blown that there are people that stupid. Really, my mind is just like, I can't believe that there's human beings on the planet.
Honestly, I really can't believe this person exists.
Who doesn't want to look back at history?
I can't believe someone... Nice screenshot. I really can't believe someone this delusional, this moronic, this manipulative and petty exists. That's why we watch him. I mean, I'm out because in a way we're all really fascinated by Phil Bernal, just not in the way he wants us to be, right? I wouldn't really consider detractors, trolls, haters, and critics and everyone fans of his because we don't like him. But we are fascinated by him because he's like, I've never seen anyone so delusional before in my life. Like, outright batshit insane. He really should be like locked up somewhere. He really is. And it's like a train wreck and you can't look away. And like I said, every day he's getting worse and worse. Ever since that interview happened, he is degrading at such a great velocity. Like, now it's like you skip 1 or 2 days, he might have said like 5 to 10 like insane batshit fucking takes that's like so far out of reality. It's insane.
Believe negative memes and can't possibly believe that I was ever influential, right? There was a time when I would put out a video about something going on in the US government, like SOPA or PIPA.
Other people on YouTube were talking about SOPA and PIPA. You were not the only fucking person talking about that. Bigger YouTubers than you, even back in the day, were talking about SOPA and PIPA. PIPA. I remember Slow Beef was talking about SOPA and PIPA, and he was a lot bigger than you, even back then. But now he's gonna try to like pretend that he fucking like was the only one talking about
The video
it,
will go viral,
and that people learned about it, and like it got voted down because of fucking people like him. No, you were not the only one.
Hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of views. People who never heard about the subject matter before would be informed and actually go call their congressman. Yes,
No.
that's how influential I was on YouTube at one point. Just because you don't.
Oh my gosh, this delusion. Other people were talking about that. I remember, Phil. I wasn't watching you. I didn't know about you back then, that far back. But other people were talking about it, not just you.
Don't want to believe it because you don't like me and you like the negative memes about me. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. It means you're a jackass. So fuck you. If someone who's out there, I want to.
Fuck you. I can pretend and lie and create anything I want out of thin air because it happened 10 years, almost 10 years ago or whatever. And no one remembers that far back, dude. So fuck
change
you.
History because I don't like Phil. He was never influential. He didn't coin any terms. He wasn't one of the most prolific YouTubers. He wasn't at the top.
You were not the most prolific YouTuber even back then. Like you were the Let's Play community, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? Because like I said, the word is useless. But he was not the only fucking person playing games on YouTube back then. He was not the biggest person doing so either. The only reason he got popular was because there's a lot less people doing it. Now, everyone and their mother is playing games on YouTube. But back in the earlier days of YouTube, a lot less people were doing it. And so that's why the algorithm treated him better. And that is why he was more popular back then. Right? And he resonated with these dumb sorry. I see a little square flashing different colors on my OBS. I don't know. I hope that's not important. He resonated with the dumbass teen demographic back then because he would do like he still does fart jokes, poop jokes, dick jokes, and booby jokes all the time, right? So like he resonated with his teen audience. And I said this in the comments below. Wait, what? YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Hold on. I'm getting buffering. I thought I did increase the... Shit. Alright, hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. I need to fix my stream health, apparently. I thought I did this before. Wait, why is it so low? Oh, where did I go to do that? Settings? I'm sorry, everyone. Hold on one second here. 1 second. Yeah. Let me fix this. Thought I fixed this last time I streamed. Okay, that should be better now. I thought I fixed that. Oh well. Alright, we're back up to better bit rate. It's not quite 12,000, dude, but it should work. Alright. What was I talking about now? Like, I'm pretty sure Slow Beef started around the same time, if not earlier than him. And he was a much bigger YouTuber back then. I don't remember exactly when people like PewDiePie or Markiplier actually started. But I'm pretty sure it was roughly around the same time, maybe a little bit later. But like I said in the comments before, I said was I can at least see why early DSP was popular back then, because like he wasn't as boring as he is now, right? So like he was still like he was a jackass 100%. He was a total asshole back then, right? But people kind of like that. Like he wasn't, well, no. Like people like, well, so other assholes liked it because he reminded them of them. I'm like, yeah, he was a racist, bigot, sexist piece of shit. But so were the people who liked him back then. So like I get that. And besides, he was edgy and he wasn't doing it on purpose. That was just who he was, right? It's not like he was creating a character or going after a certain demographic. That was just who he was as a person. And that has an audience for sure. And like I said, a lot of people also liked it because he actually played games back then himself. He didn't rely on chat hand holding him through every fucking game. So it was hilarious to see him get like fucking lost and stuck and complaining about every little fucking pissy thing. So he definitely had a demographic back then. And I could see why people liked him. But now there's no substance here. He crashed and burned so fucking hard. Like way before even Liana like left, he was far crashed. Like I would argue like when he switched to live streaming, that's the downfall, right? Right? In terms of like his popularity on YouTube and everything like that.
Ranks. He never was good at Street Fighter. I mean, you want to talk about revisionist history, what these idiotic people have done. And then you get moronic people who are interviewing me, do no research, and then say dumb shit in the interview like the delusions of grandeur, proving how unprofessional and idiotic they are.
Oh, that still pisses him off to this day. He is so pissed and butthurt about that. No, you fucking had delusions of grandeur, and this is proving it.
They are. Yeah, then you get these really stupid fucking takes from people on the internet who don't know shit. Sorry, I'm the person who was there 15 years ago, busting my ass putting out videos on YouTube, basically changing the face of how common...
Oh my god, the ego is insane. Philip, I said this before, Phil. You did not change how game commentary, playing a fucking game on YouTube. You didn't change shit about YouTube at all, right? Like even if you somehow, even if it actually is true that you coined the term playthrough, it didn't change anything other than that, right? You didn't change how people were actually playing the game on YouTube. You just fucking like picked a name. And even then, that's doubtful. That's into doubt question. Because I really don't fucking think you did, Phil. If you actually did, you could have something to back this up. Please go back to your early videos, and supposedly they're all still there, right? And find your fucking comments from back then and show us.
...commentary was done. Where were you?
You did not change how commentary was done. You do see that, right? Just because you supposedly, quote unquote, coined the term playthrough, that doesn't actually change how commentary was done. People were also doing it much better back then, too. You were not the first, you were not the best. You were just more popular than you are now. But my god, the fucking delusions here is insane. And the ego is out of control.
Probably taking a shit. Okay? So, I don't want to hear this nonsense.
Other people back then were like doing real jobs because it was still very hard to make a living on YouTube back then. And you had to beg your audience to click on ads so you could get paid.
Idiots on the internet trying to say dumb shit, delusions of grandeur. You kiss my fucking ass. I was there You can't change history just because you want to believe a negative meaning and be toxic
No, but you can definitely over exaggerate your impact on
about
history.
me.
Apparently.
Go fuck yourself.
Definitely, there's obviously thousands of idiots on the internet who literally the only reason that they do this, that they say this shit about me, is to get attention for themselves. They're not actually caring about me or my content or the fact that I'm a streamer. They don't actually have a personal grudge. They're just trying to get a rise out of people.
Sin of Sias, incorrect. He says, you did not invent the word playthrough. Actually, I did. If you actually look back, 0 people on YouTube were using the word playthrough. I literally just made the word because people were doing walkthrough or guide or commentary, you know, gameplay. And I said, no, it's a playthrough. You're playing through the game. It's not a walkthrough. You're not trying to walk someone through it and give them tips. It's a playthrough. That I actually created that fucking term. And then a lot of people afterward copied me. Hate Army General.
Shout out to Hate Army.
Your name is Hate Army? Saying Hate Army shit.
Hate Army shout out.
Good vibes to the Hate Army.
Shout out for Hate.
No. Like, he's actually saying, oh, here's what you can do with this character. Here's a strategy in the game that maybe you didn't know of. Here's a game mechanic you didn't understand. And because he told me this, I learned a ton about this game that I didn't know. And that's awesome because it helped me in the last 2 weeks to really jump in at a competitive level. So I want to say thank you to Game Tracker. So Game Tracker.
Fucking Game Tracker. Okay, so like this goes into the whole thing I was talking about like the people hand holding him, right? So he does like people want to see him honestly like okay, how to explain this? People want to see like like you put a gorilla in a cage with a puzzle, right? Put a gorilla in a cage with a puzzle. You want to honestly see how long it's going to take that monkey to solve that puzzle on his own intelligence, right? And people like fucking Game Tracker is over here trying to teach and show the monkey ahead of time how to solve the puzzle, and then the monkey copies what the human is doing solving the puzzle, and then some stupid people will think that monkey is very smart because he followed instructions someone else gave him to solving that puzzle, right? Well, really, that monkey is fucking dumb and would have taken him like twice or 3 times as many times to solve that, if at all. He might not have even solved it at all if it wasn't for people like Game Tracker. And that was the whole appeal of DSP. So people like Game Tracker is actually hurting DSP's own viewer base because people originally watched DSP to see the monkey solve the puzzle. They want to see this dumbass denthead fucking try to play a game on his own and fuck up. And instead, again, like DSP does not play games anymore. He fucking doesn't. Every game he plays, he gets fucking handholded through games. DSP, I want to see like your content would be so much better if you yourself actually played the game and had no handholding or input from your audience. You can still talk to your audience, but like they shouldn't be giving you any like, oh, go here, you got to go here to do this. Let him figure it out, because he will get more viewers and more people actually interested in watching his content if he actually did it himself. I'm trying to help him here, and I don't know why, because he won't ever fucking listen anyway. But like, if he actually did it himself, more people would be interested in it. They want to see the monkey solve the goddamn puzzle himself. They don't want dumbasses like Game Tracker, these fucking cucks, giving him a whole bunch of money every time with all these tricks and tips on how to play the character. And then he gets an overinflated ego because of it. He thinks he's actually good at Street Fighter competitively now when he's not. He's literally taking information. Like, This is the same as looking up a guide. Like, this is no different than looking up a guide. And on top of that, he mentioned himself before that other people, like, that he watches other people play it. But he doesn't understand why the other person in the YouTube video did this move then. He doesn't understand why. He just tries to mimic it. So again, it's the gorilla trying to solve the puzzle by following other people. The gorilla does not understand the puzzle himself. The gorilla doesn't understand why the humans did the thing that it did to solve it. But he can see what they did and try to mimic it. And it may or may not be correct or the same, but it'll be enough to actually, like, make people, idiot people, like, think that it's actually, like, good, or not good, but, like, impressive or whatever. But how many times has he said before he wasn't trying to be competitive in Street Fighter, and now he's over here pretending that he's, like, somewhat competent or competitive in Street Fighter? Phil, you're never going to be competitive in Street Fighter.
Attempted to do his usual overnight tip before a Street Fighter 6 stream, and he had some stuff to say, and PayPal froze his tip and says that they're investigating it. Now, this has happened before, and I have absolutely no idea what causes this, because this has happened to various people. There have been people who've sat and supported my streams daily for years and never had an issue, and then there'll be someone who'll come in and tip a dollar tip randomly and get it frozen. And there doesn't seem to be any consistency to it, why it happens. I have no idea why his tip froze. And he even said to me, he wrote me an email. He's like, I'm sorry, you know, because this sucks. He says, you know, I can't just continuously tip and tip and tip and have them all go on hold. I obviously, especially if some of these might unfreeze, you know, I can't keep doing it. I'm like, yeah, Game Checker, no problem. I understand. Like, I don't want you to keep tipping and having them all frozen, and all of a sudden 10 tips unfreeze down the line, and it's hundreds of bucks. Like, that's crazy. So essentially, he did a big tip today, right? It was his usual $29.99 tip that he does overnight. Usually it's a $30 tip. We play an animation, everything, but it's frozen. Since it's frozen, I can't apply it to the stream. There may be a chance that, sadly, they're going to end up, what can I say? They're going to end up, like, not clearing it. Now, I don't know why PayPal wouldn't clear it. It doesn't seem to make sense that they wouldn't, but you never know with this damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. So, being that this happened, okay, I'm going to do a shout out for Game Checker, and I'm going to read his message and everything. However, I'm not going to count it as part of our funding for the stream, because that would be kind of dishonest, because we don't even know if it's going to clear eventually. You know, not to say that this would be his fault or anything, but we don't know why it got frozen in the first place. Okay? So, thank you very much to Game Checker. Here's what Game Checker has to say. Here's what he wanted to say. More Street Fighter. I have to say, of all the characters you played, the one I keep looking forward to see again play most is actually Lily. Let's see how you do with her today. On a different note, I want to mention you misspoke slightly your last podcast
funny
episode. You
if,
said you
like,
got 11 wins and 1 loss.
People actually, like, imagine if people
actually, if you look at the left side of the Google Doc, I'm actually
up.
counting casual matches separately from rank.
Imagine if, like, people actually were money laundering money through Phil, and he was too stupid to actually realize it. Like, the mob's over here is like, hey, yeah, you gotta just use that dumbass over there. And I'm like, hey, they won't even know I had him. And he's over here thinking, like, they're legit fans or something, because he's fucking stupid.
The 11 wins and 1 loss were casual. The 37 wins, 21 losses were the totals for your ranked play that day. Okay, so I misspoke during the podcast. Not that it's a huge deal, but yeah, I dominated in the casual matches. That said, I'm including the casual matches in your overall counts of wins and losses. Good, because obviously you should, because that's still gameplay where I was learning the character. Okay, so thank you. And Game Checker, I'm excited today, like I said, with Lily. Unlike Blanca, where I was, like, off the mark of what I was doing with Blanca versus combo.
These contributions are mandatory. Tipping me helps me more than anything.
Oh, really? This taco thing makes fun of Derek now? You guys are fucking losers. I mean, can I say this officially? If you make fun of any stream chatter, Derek or otherwise, you're a fucking loser. What is your life? You sit on a streamer's stream, you pick on someone who's in the chat. Like, how low can you be? Like, look at your own.
Phil, you're missing the point entirely. They're not just picking on a random viewer of yours just for the sake of them being on your stream. Derek is like his own fucking lolcow at this point, and future pedophile, sex offender, pretty much, right? Because Derek has his own fucking issues that have been like verified. He's not just like they're not picking on him just because he's a fan of you. They're picking on him for good fucking reason. Because he's a sex creep and is gonna either like lose it one day and accidentally kill someone, or probably like molest someone and become the next fucking Chris Chan or some bullshit. Okay? That's why they're picking on him. Or whatever. But like, I don't know why you have such a hard on for fucking Derek. I don't know if it's because you two share a similar interest. If you get my drift or not. Like, maybe you guys share videos of certain things back and forth between each other behind the scenes. Maybe you enjoyed that playlist as well. I don't know.
Your own fucking life, you fucking loser. You're gonna sit there and make fun of someone online who you don't know, doesn't do anything to hurt you, just because it makes you feel better about yourself.
Oh, he does things to hurt people. He just doesn't hurt us. But he does things to hurt other people.
Right? You're the loser. You're way worse than anything that these people have ever done on the internet. If all you
wrong. I know for one thing, I'm not a pedophile. Phil. PDF file. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that on YouTube anymore, actually. But I don't have a playlist full of little fucking girls called, what was it, like Cute Girls or Hot Girls or something like that. I don't have that, Phil. I'm not worse than that, Phil, just because I make fun of you. And that's another thing. He loves to think that, like, because people make fun of him or his viewers, that we do this all the time. Phil, I do this. I make a video or a stream, like, what? Once a week, sometimes twice a week. Maybe for a combined total of, like, let's be generous and say maybe 3 hours? 3 hours a week, Phil. That's not my whole life. That's not all day, every fucking day, Phil. It's 3:30 in the morning, Phil. If I wasn't doing this right now, I would probably be playing a game because I'm a night owl and I stay up all night, Phil. Phil. I don't waste my whole life on you. You're not that fucking important. You're like watching that 1 hour episode of Jersey Shore, or what was that other really stupid one? I don't know, like some really trashy reality TV show. And like that's what you are. You're like a fucking reality TV show to people.
You do is sit around trying to make fun of them and bring them down. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Pathetic.
Our problem is we don't like child molesters and creepy sex predators.
You're low level.
That's our
low
problem.
level life. And you should really think about improving your life and doing positive things with your life instead of trying to hurt others.
Oh,
and
look who's talking.
You do this all the time. I don't know what these
kettle
memes
black
mean,
over here.
because I'm a positive streamer. I'm not focusing on your
not a
toxic
positive
shit, on
streamer,
your fucking restreams and your fucking Discord servers
Positive
and your Reddit
streamers
threads
do
and your
not have
fucking
this much
nonsense.
drama.
You're gross people. Really, every one of you who would make fun of someone like that,
no.
you're a disgusting
I
individual.
care
And
what
you really
this
should
dumbass
spruce
thinks
it up.
for some
Take a
reason.
look at yourself in the mirror and realize you're no fucking amazing paragon of existence on this planet either. You also have flaws. Maybe you should work on yourself and stop worrying about everyone else. Leave everyone the fuck.
Am I over here pretending to be a paragon of human existence, Phil? No, of course not. No fucking detractor or troll is pretending to be better than anyone else, right? Well, I won't say that. How do I phrase that? we're not over here pretending to be like the best of the best and everything, and like because of that we can judge other people. No, we're fucking judging clowns on the internet, and that's you. And it's like for good reason. Like if you're just like a random oddball who never really hurt anyone and you're just a little odd online, like more power to you. I'm not gonna make fun of someone who does that, right? Like if I'm trolling someone, it's because I feel they deserve it. And I don't know if that's a good, like if that sounds good or not. Hear me out. So like if you're just like being weird and don't fit into society and just kind of being yourself or whatever, like god damn it. Am I dropping frames? YouTube is not receiving enough video. But I'm over 4,800 now. I don't know if it's just my internet dying or what. I hope I'm still alive. Actually, let me check really quick. I'm sorry. I don't really know where to go to check the Oh no, I am. That's okay. I am still live. It's just dropping some frames a little bit here or there. Sorry about that. What was it saying? Like wait, what? Oh, now it's coming back up, maybe? There must be a big F in chat. I don't know. Not in chat, but big frame drip. Okay, it's going back up to normal. Pain in the ass, YouTube. I don't know why. It's like acting so up so bad. Like, I'll be the first to admit I'm like a bit of a weirdo. I don't really fit into society that well. Possibly on the spectrum somewhere. Stuff like that, right? And like that's fine if you like that. I'm not gonna like sit over here to actually detract and troll someone who's just a little weird like that, right? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that much of an asshole, I'd like to think. But if you're like over here actually like hurting people or like something like that, because I honestly do feel like Phil is hurting people, right? He's hurting people, he's deceiving people, he's manipulating people. He's not a very good human being. Derek also has some very problematic areas that if they are not addressed, he is going to hurt someone in the future. And that's going to be a huge problem. And if people actually like look back after the fact, they're going to see that and they're going to see you constantly defending at that time a pedophile, right? So yeah. I don't know.
Alone and just fucking mind your own business. Because it ain't gonna fly on my stream. If I see people getting harassed, you're just out of here. And I'm just not putting up with bullshit. I'm tired of this shit. People coming to my stream, and this is gonna be your way to sneak diss someone and something. Fuck off. Really, grow up. The fuck's your problem? I'm 41 years old. I have no time for children on my stream who are gonna be nasty to others. This is supposed to be a place where we're all having fun with games.
Oh, yes,
we're enjoying ourselves companies and not fucking being dicks to each other. You want to be a dick? There's 5 million other fucking streams where all they do is make fun of people constantly. They're toxic fucking cesspools of shit. Go swim in the shit toilet and get off my fucking stream.
Yeah, come on over here.
Stop this! How about this? I'm going to give you all a big recommendation. You ready for this? Leave Derek's name out of your fucking mouth. Derek's not here. He's not affecting anyone in a negative way.
Leave my fan's name out your motherfucking mouth. Sorry.
Shut the fuck up. If I see you talking about him, I'm just gonna fucking cock off the stream forever.
Wow,
because I'm tired
Phil.
of hearing it. I really am. Like, how much of a loser can you fucking be? Shut the fuck up about him. No one cares. You're obsessed. You're the weirdo obsessed with this one chatter, not me.
Why are you defending a sexual predator, a future sexual predator who had not child porn, but close to fucking enough to child porn on his YouTube, dumbass? Like creepy sexual ish stuff. And I shudder to think what's actually on his actual hard drive computer. I shudder to fucking think. Because if he has shit like that on his YouTube, I shudder to think what's actually on his hard drive. Okay? He's not innocent. And we can talk about him all we want because he's going to be in the news one day for nothing good.
Me, not normal people. You weirdos out there, shut the fuck up about Derek and stop harassing him, or I'm gonna get you off my stream forever, and I'm not gonna feel too bad about it either.
Oh,
in fact,
no,
when you
we'll
ask
be
for
able
the
to watch
unban,
your
I'm gonna
shitty
write you a
content?
special email that says, ha ha ha, you fucking idiot. Maybe you should have acted like a fucking respectable human and not harass people. Okay, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna say it to myself. I don't have time to write an email back. Okay.
He really does want to. I wonder if
Who made me
Derek-
this mad?
I
Listen,
wonder if Derek
I'm just
actually
tired
has
of
something
nonsense.
on him
Really,
or something.
I'm
'cause
coming back.
he
We got a
really
5-day
does
streaming week,
fucking
so already
love
we got a
Derek.
shorter week, right? I got to make my streams mean something. We don't have time for your bullshit. Oh,
Your
it's taco
streams
day.
never
If it
actually
did,
mean
it's a taco
something,
me
though.
now. Fuck your taco. Shove it up your ass. I'm here to play Street Fighter. I'm not here to dick around with you like you're a 4-year-old. All right? There's people out there who just have nothing better to do with their
Maybe your
lives than to obsess over people on the internet.
Shouldn't
All right,
be
Emir, enjoy your
harassing
lifetime ban. You're not coming back. You just started harassing
sexual
Derek again.
workers
Go fuck
on
yourself.
Twitter.
Chad Michael Furry re-upped their membership, says, oh, it's an asshole. Chad Michael Furry, fuck you. You're now banned too. Like, you guys are real fucked up, right? Every single person who's going to harass people, you're going to get banned. I don't care. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear any of that, right? It's this simple. Either be nice to people or ignore them. That's the rule. On this stream, either be nice to people or ignore them.
Only I can be an
Don't be
asshole
nasty to
on this
people.
stream.
That's not allowed.
You guys can't be
Sorry.
assholes. That's my
If
job.
you want a place where people can be nasty to others, oh, there's a lot of toxic streamers I know about that you can go visit. And they're
Oh,
not
so
here on DSP Gaming, so
toxic.
leave. Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic?
Like, I want to say, like, maybe Derek has something on him or something.
Yeah,
'Cause
Derek,
the way
just
he
ignore the
fucking
idiots. You don't
defends-
have to ever give any... Seriously, I mean this now. I think I'm going to give everyone some great advice, all right? Everyone listen up.
Super great advice.
Everyone stop what you're doing. You know, all right? Everyone, let's all sit back here for a moment. In fact, here, I'm going to take the glasses off, too. I'm going to have a heartfelt moment
Oh, Lord, another rant.
with my audience here, all right?
Uh-huh. Okay,
So here's the
Papa
deal.
Phil, tell
I
us
have
how it
noticed
is.
an element on my streams recently, all right? Here's what it is. My trolls / haters / detractors / whatever the hell you want to call them, all right? I think they've finally come to a realization that all the nonsense that they've thrown at me doesn't work, okay? So rather than try to throw stuff at me, they seem to be redirecting their ire towards the viewers. Okay? And what I've seen in recent weeks, in particular, I've seen an increase about this, is that they're trying to go after people in the chat. They're trying to go after supporters. They're trying to cause drama. And what they'll do is they do it in a way that doesn't necessarily outright look like it's an insult or look like it's something that's meant to break the rules, but it still eats at you. So I'll give you some perspectives, all right? I'll be sitting here
Perspectives.
playing Street Fighter, and they well know that I cannot pay attention to the chat when I'm playing Street Fighter. And they'll come in here like a dozen of them at a time, and all of a sudden they'll start saying things like, oh, there's a troll. Look, they're trolling. This person's trolling this person. They're trolling that person. Trolling. And I'll look at the chat, and there's no trolling. It's just a bunch of people saying in a circle, oh, you're a detractor. You're a troll. You're trolling me. Why are you messing with me? Why are you harassing me? And I look at them like, but it's not happening.
Alright, enough of it. Dude, there's too many fucking whiners in chat. I'm playing the game for myself, and there's people whining in fucking stream chat about nonsense.
It's just a bunch of people talking in a circle to derail the chat, you see? And they're doing it on purpose because they realize that now it annoys everyone. It annoys me if I look at the chat and all I see is people talking about trolls. It annoys the common viewer who's coming in just to watch the gameplay, and then they look at the chat. I can't even talk because everyone's just talking about fucking trolls, you see? This is a common thing they do. If you ever notice that suddenly the chat turns and everyone's saying exactly the same thing, it's because a restreamer's doing it. It's very simple. there's a restreamer who likely said something on the stream, and then these idiots come to the stream from the restreamer, and then they all want to regurgitate what just said something, some negative meme or some dumb shit.
Oh, now I got a $1 tip from Kevin.
I don't know, Phil. I've watched a lot of restreamers, and none of the restreamers actually send people over to like, oh, now everyone who's watching this, please go over to Phil's stream and fuck shit up. No one does that. No one gives a shit. But he just like thinks he knows fucking everything about it. Like, no.
Now,
And like most, there's a few. Well, like it does. How do I say this? Like, if there's just I think my brain broke. For me personally, like, I'm not just gonna go after someone because they like Phil. It's like it is what it is. If you like an idiot, you can enjoy the idiot, right? As long as you're not problematic yourself. That's why it's like I don't really have anything against Jade. I know they're special in the head and not the brightest or whatever, but like it is what it is. I'm not gonna just be over here like trolling them or whatever. And I know some people do, and that's fine. I'm not judging. I don't really give a shit. Like, or whatever. But when it comes to Derek, like he's like on it, like he's on a different level because he's getting to the point where he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna hurt someone someday soon. And it's lower than recommended. What is going on with the thing? The stream. Sorry about that. Bit rate. Okay, I think it's good now. Anyway, it's like he's gonna be a fucking problem soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope I'm wrong, but like, he's like pestering people online without paying them money to actually get what he wants. So he's like trying to like get freebies and shout outs from like porn stars and shit. On top of the fact, he is very problematic and he's going to be an issue. So that's like kind of where some people draw the line. I think he's open range, like, and worth being made fun of. Maybe not worth being made fun of, but
knows if it's the real Tevin, who's a fucking another hemorrhoid on my ass, right?
All right. So, for example, because Derek just brought it up, he says, you know, I'm upset because last week people kept saying a certain video, I had nominated that video for DSP versus the internet. But I didn't nominate any videos. I lost my membership. I don't have a gifted membership over there anymore. Well, Derek, the reason they're doing it is to piss you off. You understand? Like, that's why they're doing it. They know you didn't nominate the video, but they're trying to get your go. And the thing is with these kind of people, the moment that you give them even a piece of recognition to say, I acknowledge that you're saying this about me, that's what they wanted. You're a blatant liar. You're just being a dick to try to get attention, man. That's exactly what they're looking for. They're looking to get your attention and to waste your time, and they get some kind of a real weird feeling of self-worth out of thinking, wow, I actually impacted someone today in a negative way. I wasted someone's time. I annoyed them.
No.
They actually feel like confirmation that they did something today. You understand?
That's not why
you're
people
a loser.
do it, Phil.
This is what you do. You sit on the internet and you harass other
He
people.
really
because
thinks
you
he
have
has
nothing going
trolls
on
all
in your life
figured out.
yourself.
He has.
So you got to bring down
He
others
had
around
15
you
years
to
to
feel
try to
good
figure
about
trolls
yourself.
out, and he
This
still
is
never
the
really
ultimate,
figured it out.
one of the ultimate lowest forms of existence on planet Earth. Essentially,
yes.
you have no existence.
We're the worst
you don't,
people
you
ever.
don't have a life.
Mhm.
You're a loser. You just sit there wasting your life away instead of doing something productive.
Oh no! Oh no! Guys, are we wasting our lives away? Am I wasting my life away, guys? Because I spend, again, what, 4 hours a week making content on him. Oh, because I actually watch his content, I am wasting my life. That is what he is saying. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize watching your own content is wasting my life, Phil. Good to fucking know. I guess I'll have to stop.
And this is what these people do.
He really
So you
thinks
gotta
he
understand
understands
that.
trolls, and
When
he
you
really
see
doesn't.
that kind of behavior, when someone's trying to harass another chatter, when someone's trying to act, and I'm going to derail Phil's chat today and all this nonsense. That's what they're doing it for. You know? Anytime someone contributes to my stream nicely, and then they oh shit, I just got harassed on my social media channels. Yeah, those are the biggest losers on the planet. That's who they are. They literally have nothing going in their lives. They are way below any of us who are trying to have a productive, positive life. You have to understand that. But they're trying to bring us down into their toxic level. And the best way to go about it in life is to completely ignore them.
Oh, yes. Super productive. Staying inside all the time, every day, and then one day a week, venturing outside to go grocery shopping and buy cat food for Jasper, dude. Like, is that productive, Phil? What are you doing that's productive? Like, I'm eventually gonna one day get to the fucking Asmon Gold. I don't know if I'm gonna we'll have time to do that today or not. But like, oh, is that meaningful content? Like, oh,
exist.
Crazy. Like, what is productivity to you? What is meaningful
the moment
to you?
you give them
because what is productive and meaningful to him is not meaningful to us.
That's what they're looking for.
It's not meaningful to normal people.
Even mentioning that, oh, they're saying that
because I'm making trash content on YouTube.
You're giving them what they want.
Productive.
Okay? Sitting in the chat and saying, I don't understand why are people saying that I'm a detractor or a troll. I'm not. You gave them what they want. All right? That's the opposite of how to handle it. Just ignore it. Literally just act like it doesn't exist. Because then, guess what? They don't exist. They're meaningless people. They don't even, you know what I mean? They add nothing to anyone's experience on planet Earth. They're just here to fucking take up space and breathe air and waste everything. Oh, you piece of shit. He almost got me toxic. He almost got me toxic.
Almost toxic.
God damn it. You know, they could be productive people if they actually stepped outside of their little troll zone and actually had a spark of intelligence in their fucking brain. You know, synapse exploded in their brains. Like, oh, I could actually do something positive with my life. Let me get up from this toxic thing that I type on and go do something with my life. But
this is coming from a guy who spends 24/7, 6 days a week on his computer. He literally does not leave his house 6 days a week. He only leaves his house once a fucking week. He acts like trolls don't have jobs. I'm like, Phil, I would wager 90% of detractors and trolls actually have a fucking job and actually go out and actually produce something for society. They actually have jobs. They actually function in society. Unlike you. You are literally a fucking hermit. Okay? So I don't want to fucking hear anything about that. Oh, productive, positive. Like, what are you contributing to society? Because I got news for you. Your fucking dumbass little YouTube videos and your quote-unquote podcast is not contributing jack shit to society. He even admitted in the interview that his streams are his view into the world. He doesn't actually go on and do anything.
But some of them, sadly, just they're not that smart.
He's
they think
the
that's the
productive
use
one,
of their life.
not us.
So you pay them no heed, and you let them sit there in their troll pads, their troll caves, doing their troll shit, and you just ignore them. Right? Take a look at how many people have tried to bring me down in the last few months. Has it been the end of DSP gaming? Has everything fallen apart around here? Yes. No. Actually, things are going good, right? I'm reinvigorated for Street Fighter. I'm playing a bunch of high-profile new games. Everyone's having a good time on the streams. We're not letting this shit bring me down. Fuck them. Fuck the white noise bullshit out there. Fuck the troll idiots. You know, no one cares about them. Let them sit there in their bullshit areas. Oh, make fun of everyone because I have no content to offer anyone. Right? You ignore them. Ignore the toxicity, okay? That's the best way. Because again, the absolute moment you give them a second of your time is the moment that they feel like they've got recognition or confirmation that what they were doing was valid. So just ignore them. completely. All right? That's the best way to go through it. So I understand, like Derek, I know you were harassed last week. Literally ignore it. Say nothing. The moment you said something, you gave them what they wanted. You understand? So it's that simple, right? Okay. I hope that's
He
a,
really
that's a
is a
lesson for everyone.
parasite, though.
Because
Like 100%.
listen,
He's a
it's
leech.
hard, and you can't always do it. All right, I understand. You can't always do it. If someone just keeps prodding and prodding and prodding,
Like, he's
and
one of those
prodding
people
you,
that,
I get it. You, at some point, you're like, I gotta
like,
react.
back in the older days, like, he is one of those people that, like, probably would be, like, sacrificed to, like, he's like, oh, wait, here's a different reference, okay? I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one, and Xenoblade Chronicles the first one, right? And it gets to the point where you go to the little pom-pom village area with the little round furry guys or whatever, and they just fucking take Ricky, who's like the biggest fucking loser of the village, who owes all this debt. He's like, oh no, you go with them now. You go with hum-hums and go fight and die, hopefully. Because you owe us all this debt, and your kids ate a bunch of food, and you owe all this money. Now go with the hums and go hopefully die. It's like, yeah, he would be the first to be, like, sacrificed to, like, the volcano god or something because he doesn't contribute anything to actual society.
Right? I hear you, because it happens to me too. But the vast majority of the time, if you can ignore it, that's the way to go about. Understand? Okay.
Okay, guys. Okay. Got it.
What? Radical Jaws did a super chat. He says, I play Splatoon with a friend. I've had my stream targeted by trolls. I ignore them. Don't worry about them. Yeah, exactly. There's these idiots. They're just moronic people. Just ignore the nonsense. It goes away.
I would never be in the situation I'm in right now financially if it weren't for the trolls completely destroying my YouTube business.
Give the keto diet a try? No. Absolutely not. I refuse. What did I eat for breakfast today? Plain bagel with veggie cream cheese and a black coffee.
Which one is this one?
Have I tried the Grimace Meal milkshake? No. And by the way, it's not a milkshake. I'm not kidding. It's not a milkshake. They don't have milkshakes at McDonald's. It doesn't have enough dairy content to be considered a milkshake. They just call it a shake. Arkham says, hope I can get a membership on the React channel. I guess we'll see. Guts says, what's up? I haven't been here in a couple weeks. I got Persona 5 Striker.
I love this, like,
Switch.
fake 3D pizza that's just, like, waving back and forth.
I'm glad you're enjoying gaming. Good to have you guys. Is the Ken wig banned? The Ken wig is not a hat. It's not a hat. It's a wig. I don't wear wigs on stream. They're uncomfortable. If it's a special event or something that's different, I'm not going to be wearing the Ken wig. I told you all it was uncomfortable. I wasn't going to wear it. What are my expectations for Exo Primal? I have no clue. The game looks like a fun team-based shooter that you play online, but I don't know if it
And
has
he's
any
such,
substance
like,
to
a
it.
fucking...
It seems to me like a very repetitive,
This
grindy
actually
game
sounds a
that
little low.
maybe you'll get hooked on, and you'll actually have
He's such an
fun
elitist,
with,
though, because he's
you
like,
the gameplay
well,
loop,
I don't
but does it
actually
have
really
anything
eat
of
at
substance that would hang with
McDonald's,
other
because they're
major
gross.
games? Probably
It
not.
doesn't
Seems like
actually
a fun
have that
summertime
much
romp,
milk in it.
something to play.
That's
if you need
probably a
something to
good
play in the
thing,
middle of the summer,
honestly, with how
but
many
outside of
people
that,
are
I don't know if
lactose
it really
intolerant and
has
everything
much to it,
nowadays.
you know.
Like, it's probably a better thing that it doesn't have that much milk in it. It still fucking tastes
Blanca
good,
says, I hope you do DSP
no matter
tries and
what.
food reviews again. No.
So, like, what is it? Some,
DSP
like,
tries
fake
was retired for a
dairy
reason.
thing or something?
DSP
Who
tries
cares?
was
It
an
still
ongoing
fucking
series I
tastes
did for a
good.
decade. The series entailed me trying fast food items and reviewing them in a live taste test setting. In fact, DSP Tries It was a long precursor to a lot of people who do literally do this full time and make a ton of money and are very popular on YouTube for doing it.
Ah, here comes the ego again, folks. Pretending that he was the first one to do anything when that's clearly not the case. People were doing this ever since YouTube fucking started, Phil. What are you talking about? Like, mukbangs were a thing back then, too, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not saying that I inspired them.
But
I'm
he's
just saying
over
I
here
had the
fucking
idea a million
pretending
years
that
ago. People
he
thought it was funny,
invented
so I
people
rolled with
eating
it,
on screen
all right?
now.
I stopped doing it many years ago. The reason being was twofold. Reason number one, I didn't want to be eating fast food all the time anymore because I was trying to change my diet. It was going to be me cooking at home all the time, eating better foods to try to reduce my weight and be healthier. And take a look.
Oh, he's gonna try to, like, pretend to show
I
off.
swear to you, I'm not sucking in my gut. See? I'm not sucking in my gut, and look how much weight I lost.
I still see your noodle arms, Phil. Like, he is one of those idiots who think that, like, just because he's quote unquote thinner, no, just because he's not morbidly obese means that he must be healthy because he's not super overweight. When that's not the case, you can be thin and unhealthy. You do know that, right? Like, people can be fat and healthy, and people can be thin and unhealthy. That does happen, you know. Just because you fucking not have a massive gut like wings or whatever doesn't mean you're a paragon of human health over here. You have noodle arms with no muscle definition on your body whatsoever. Your legs are atrophying as you speak. I'm surprised you can even fucking stand up anymore, honestly. Your chair's growing out of the backside of your fucking ass.
My stomach used to be out to like here. So I lost a ton of.
And he pretends that he lost his, like, okay, like, he pretends that he lost more weight than fucking Amberlyn Reed did. Now, granted, Amberlyn Reed, like, gained all her weight back, like, 2 or 3 fucking different times. But he's over here pretending that he lost the 89 pounds or something. Like, no, you didn't. Sorry. Like, he literally claimed before that he went from, like, he was at one point, like, 220, and now he's down to, like, almost 200 or something, or a little less than 200. I'm like, wow, you lost 20 pounds in, like, what, 7, 8 years? Wow, that's a huge feat, Phil. I'm so impressed.
Weight
you lost
by not eating
only
fast food.
20 pounds?
It just
in
melted
that
right
line?
off because I'm eating home cooked meals that are healthier. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the show wasn't profitable anymore because, you know, back in the day when I did a DSP tries it, I would get probably between minimum 10,000, sometimes upwards of 20 to 30,000 views on an episode. And the way ad revenue used to work on YouTube, which used to be very, very lucrative, no exaggeration, I'd be making anywhere from the lowest end, maybe like $50, but sometimes I'd make hundreds of dollars on a DSP tries it video. Yes.
I bet you wish you was still like that.
Literally just going to the fast food restaurant, buying a meal, coming home and filming it. Why do you think I did it? Because it was simple, but it was very profitable. What ended up happening was,
so you're admitting you just
YouTube
made it
lost
for
profitability.
money,
and it's not,
like we all
there's
knew.
no ad revenue to be had really on those kind of videos anymore, unless you're getting insane amounts of views. Well, when I was doing DSP Tries It, at most I was bringing
definitely
in a few
not getting
views,
insane amounts of
2,000,
views.
and that kind of viewership doesn't bring in money. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was making $5 on a DSP Tries It video.
Then you
where the
weren't
food
that
cost
popular
20.
in doing it then, obviously.
So why am I doing this series? It doesn't make sense to keep doing it. It's unhealthy. I don't want to eat this food, and I'm making no money on it. Why would I continue this?
And now he's over here pretending that he doesn't eat this kind of food, but he door dashes all the fucking time. And he thinks that those, like, I think Shinka Floor, like, goes over this a lot. But it's like, these fucking, like, places that he goes to is, like, no healthier for you than the fast food places he used to go to. Like, they all, like, what was it, soybean oil or peanut oil or something? Like, it's all still really unhealthy for you, and, like, Americanized Asian cuisine and all this bullshit. It's still really unhealthy for you. But he's over here pretending that that fucking food, all that food is, like, somehow healthier than going to Burger King or something. Like, they're all unhealthy. You do realize that, right? Like, at this point, the only way to, like, eat healthy is to, like, make your own food, and we all know that Cat's not that great of a fucking cook either. And agree, yeah, like, we all seen his fucking bank leaks, but he loves to fucking pretend that those weren't his bank leaks. You admitted before they were your bank leaks, Phil. Now you're, like, trying to change the narrative and be like, oh no, those were mine. No, they were. They lined up perfectly with every single fucking thing you did. Every time you had a day off, it lined up perfectly.
Correct.
They were yours.
So why would I bring back DSP Tries It? The other thing is, this is another factor.
Why
as
would
well.
anyone want to see DSP?
When I moved out here in
Tries It,
2014 to Washington State, it was like a whole new world, right? Everything out here is different. There's different restaurants, there's different fast food chains. There was all this stuff to try. Things like Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, things that hadn't been near me in Connecticut were now options for me.
You didn't have Taco Bell in Connecticut?
Right here on my same block, pretty much.
I'm in New York and we have
What ended
Taco
up
Bell.
happening
I don't know
was,
what the fuck
I
you
tried
talking
everything
about.
from McDonald's, everything from Burger King, everything from Wendy's, everything from Taco Bell, everything from Arby's, everything from Dairy Queen, everything from every fast food chain, Jack in the Box, all the ones around here. And within a few years span, I say 2014 to like 2017, I tried everything out here and it was all covered. And people are like,
And
well, why are you doing the same
2017
ones
was
over and
such a
over?
wild
There's
ride
nothing
with him.
else.
Like, holy
Like, there's
shit.
literally nothing else to get. If there were other chains, I would try them, but I'm eating everything that's out here. That's all that's here. So the show got stale. And
Just look at
I
all
said,
this
I'm just
bacon
gonna retire.
falling
And
right
what I
now.
did is I replaced it with
Rain
Feasting
and
with the
bacon.
King, which is now called Feasting with Phil.
I don't
Where
want
instead
some
of me
bacon
just
now,
doing a
actually.
fast food taste test,
Kinda
we're actually
hypnotic.
ordering food from real big restaurants that make these very high quality dinners. And we actually try.
See, he's such a fucking consumer. He's such a consumer. He gets tricked into these places that are not that fancy, not that big, high quality restaurants. They're not that fancy of a restaurant, Phil. They're still unhealthy for you. You do realize that, right? Like, he really does fucking think that these are like healthy for you food, like in high end gourmet 5-star fucking cuisine, and they're really
Try a whole
not.
meal live, multiple entrees sometimes, and I'm reviewing that. It's an evolution of the show. It's changed to be something very, very different. And a lot of people say, well, it's a mukbang. Well, it is. It's kind of a mukbang, but it also has elements of a review.
It's not a mukbang either, because like people who actually mukbang actually have a lot of fucking food, and that's kind of the point of a fucking mukbang. Honestly, I think like I don't get the appeal. I never really understood it because it's like I don't want to see someone eating food. Honestly, I don't really want to see that, especially fucking him. Like he looks like he's in pain every time he fucking bites into anything, right? So like, why the hell would I want to see that? But like people who have mukbangs have like a whole table full of like all this different food that's like stacked up, and they just like go to town and see if they can eat it all, right? That's not what a mukbang is, Phil.
Review show and things in it. It's a little different, right? And I'm enjoying doing that every once in a while. But now we even have something different where last month we did the Fight and Feast event where I tried 3 different recipes from the Street Fighter cookbook. This month my wife's gonna.
And he loves to pretend that all these different events are like so different, and like Phil, it's the same fucking thing. You have a formula now. Every time he has a quote unquote event, it's just fucking him having some sort of gameplay maybe or a react. It's either gameplay react, it's probably some kind of tier maker. You're gonna either order food or have your dumbass cat make food, and either way it's gonna be bad. And then have a long pre-stream where you talk to people, and that's gonna be basically it. Every fucking event is the same fucking thing.
Going to be doing American fare style food, and we're going to be trying those recipes live.
How is that any
So
different from anything else?
Having food into special events has become kind of a thing now. You see,
Because you
And I
can't
it's
think of
good
anything
because
else.
to integrate food into a special event makes it special. If I was just doing
No.
weekly, DSP tries it. It's not special anymore. It becomes repetitive. It becomes boring. It's
Oh my
just
God.
more of the same. And when I'm doing the same thing over and over, it's not interesting anymore. But if every once in a while, every month to 2 months, I'm doing a special event and I integrate trying taste testing food into that event, that's a little different, right? That's a little better, right? So that's why I'm not doing DSP Tries It again. I don't feel like bringing back DSP Tries It makes sense. I'd rather do it the way I'm doing it, okay? So I hope that explains. I hope that makes sense to you. Happy Saturday to you, Derek. I'm not going to
doesn't
spoil
really
what's in
make
the
much
playlist. We're
sense,
going to see in a
Phil,
little bit.
Look on the whole.
I don't know anything about any controversy around iDubbbz. What I know is that he was the guy who made Content Cop, and he was the one who made the video about Keemstar that went like viral and huge. And then I guess at one point he just flat out stopped making content. Like he quit, right? He just like fell off the
He
face of
looks
the
so
earth.
bad in that fucking
And no one
hat.
knows why. But then I guess he came back recently and he made a couple
I
videos. And people,
outlived
like, don't
another
like him.
guy,
I don't know.
dude.
I haven't followed this at all. I know absolutely nothing whatsoever about the situation. So I'm just going to approach this from an outsider's perspective, watching this for the first time. I don't know what's going on.
Any last words,
And
Keemstar?
Drama Alert Nation now over one.
And that's the problem. He like every time he reacts or views a documentary or whatever, he instantly assumes it's 100% factual and not some drama fucking documentary. Like with that Keemstar thing. He watched one fucking Keemstar video and assumed it was 100%. It was 100 fucking percent all factual and true. Like he's over here saying all these documentaries about him are 100% false. Like it's all super hypocritical.
1,386,000.
This was very. But clearly, a lot of people
What
love
the
this
fuck?
guy.
Is he in the sewer?
I mean, he was like some sort of
Ew.
YouTube demigod who could do no wrong in the eyes of the majority.
Look, if you didn't change, you'd be Keemstar.
From here, he would double down
Ah,
and
if
continue
you
to try.
didn't change, you'd be Keemstar. Remember, H3 hates Keemstar, right? They've had like crazy public.
Like, I don't really know H3 much at all. I don't really know that much, but like, doesn't H3 have like his own fucking problems too? Like, I heard that, like, again, this is all hearsay because I'm not pretending to fucking be an expert on this, right? And I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard he has a lot of issues on his own too.
Battles back and forth, making nasty videos about each other and shit. So, not surprising to hear him drop that, right? Like, boom. But anyway, like, no, here's the thing. I can understand where they're coming from. Take a look at my career. When I started on YouTube, I was the dumb, edgy idiot who always made sexual jokes, who always made racial jokes, and anything that I could do to get a rise out of my audience and have people talking about my latest video playthrough or whatever of a new game, right? I would say the dumbest shit, and it would go viral, and people would, oh my god.
And like the vast majority of people agreed that was actually doing that was still better content than the shit that you're doing now. But you're over here fucking pretending that all the content that you do now is somehow more meaningful and stuff, dude. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. Because like H3 and fucking oh, what the hell is that bitch's name? They both had a podcast together. Trisha Paytas, I think. They both had a stupid podcast together, and she has her own issues too. Because like I think she's been like a bit transphobic in the past herself, I think, or something, or pretended to be trans, something like that. I don't know. But like I don't really know that much about them, so I'm not really gonna comment that much. I've just heard things, but like it sounds like yeah, he's like I don't really know a whole lot about Keem either, but like it doesn't sound like H3 has much room to talk about anyone. Same with Phil, for that matter. Phil doesn't have fucking room to talk about anyone.
And so I get that. And now, now I've gotten older. I don't want to make that crap anymore. I don't want to do that stuff.
Yeah, I know you don't want to do that stuff, but like that's why you're failing. Like that was the only thing you were good at, and you failed.
I want to enjoy games for what they are. I want to have good social interactions with my community.
You don't enjoy games, Phil. It's clear that you have no actual spark of enjoyment like in any game that you play. It's like there's nothing there anymore. You view it solely as a job
That are, not harmful to others and not stupid, immature shit. So I totally understand that. I totally get that 100%. I'm a simple guy. I'm a gamer. I don't know where the OnlyFans discussion comes into play, though. What does that have to do with anything? Like, who cares? If he's a content creator, right? And all he does is make content, why entertain the discussion? It almost feels like by bringing it up, it becomes like he's pushing that to the forefront. I could be wrong here, because I don't know how the discussion started. It seems like they showed he made a video about it. Why did you make a video about it? Just ignore it. You're making content, just make the content for the internet. What does that have to do with anything you're doing?
Why don't you follow your own advice then, Phil? Oh, well, just ignore it. You can't fucking ignore anything that people talk about you, can you?
Even have to talk about it, right? It's a little, I don't know, it's a little weird, but again, I even watched this video, I don't understand the whole situation. Certainly, I don't support that, right? If you're with a significant other,
oh Lord,
that whole side of things is supposed to be for yourself. Like, when you have I don't know if he's married or not. I guess maybe he's not. I don't think they said it was his wife, but that's supposed to be a committed relationship between two people.
Wait, we're talking about H3.
So that side of things
like
is for you, right?
IDub.
So I wouldn't agree with that, obviously, to have sexual content of you or your partner out on the internet and you're trying to sell it to make money, then why are you in a relationship, right? I don't get that. But that's my take, and you could disagree with that. I have no right to say it's right or wrong. Why? I guess people are judging him, but he's like so self-conscious about it that he's making whole videos about it. Why? Just make your content and ignore the nonsense. Who cares what the fuck people have to say?
Like, he always says this, but he literally cannot. He is so egotistical, he can't just actually ignore it. He's like, no, this is about me. I have to address this. Like, but he'll give this advice to his dents all the time, but he won't take his own fucking advice, ever. He never takes his own advice. He always falls for a bait. He always, like, brings up every single little thing
About
any
that
troll
bullshit.
ever says
It's not
about
even
it.
that content, right?
Multiple times. And unfortunately, he's been perpetuating a narrative that it's about OnlyFans or that it's about Anissa's mom. And
Do you know how stupid all this is? Because it's just drama propagating more drama, propagating more drama, propagating more drama, and just making more drama. But you know what? More content for these people, right?
And
Like,
you do the same thing.
Listen, if you make
Phil, you do the same shit. Like, you will inadvertently or advertently insult someone on YouTube. He reacts to you. You react to him reacting to you. They react to you reacting to him to reacting to you to reacting to him. And, like, it goes back and forth because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. And it all starts because you insulted them in the first place. This is what happened with Keemstar. This is why you have the whole drama between you and Keemstar started in the fucking first place, was because you insulted the guy. You dumbass.
made a certain kind of content in the past, and you don't want to make that content anymore, you have the right to change. Now, excuse me.
I've changed so much, everyone.
Your fan base very much has the ability to turn on you as well. That's happened to me. It really has. People who used to like me back in the day don't like the fact that I've changed and I don't make that kind of content anymore, right? Because I was back in the day, I was the kind of guy, again, no comment was off the table. Anything racial, sexual, slamming other content creators for no good reason, just literally to cause drama, right? That was fine. That was acceptable.
You're still causing drama to this day, though. Like, that part has not changed at all. Yeah, you might have changed your content a little bit to be boring as fuck now, but you're still causing all this drama because you can't shut the fuck up about other people. And you always find ways to insult people without even realizing it.
Acceptable content back then, over a decade ago or whatever. And then over the course of the last 6-7 years, I've distinctly changed who I am and the content that I make.
He's a filthy, dirty liar.
For the better. And I feel that today my content's much better than it ever was, and it's not popular anymore. Why? Because people don't want good content. They want drama. They want cringe. They want nonsense. They want harmful content. They think that that's entertainment, right? That's what's the most popular content on the internet. So this guy has a right. If I used to make harmful content, I don't want to make it anymore. But his viewers absolutely have the right to turn and say, hey, guess what? We don't like your content anymore, okay? But then everything else around here is bullshit, right?
Love that little voice.
Literally everything
crack
else
there.
around here is bullshit.
Oops. Nope,
It's
stop.
kind of ridiculous that all the personal stuff becomes public, and the next thing you know, now people are talking about the significant other and OnlyFans. Now there's a guy you don't like because we were supposed to have a documentary, but the documentary was
You're
a fake
literally
documentary.
talking
We were
about all
pulling
this
pranks
stuff
on each
about
other.
yourself,
It's kind of
too.
weird.
You know
That's what
that,
IDubs
right?
used to do. So Sam
Like,
Hyde
this
was doing the
all
same
can
thing
be
with Hammer.
applied
Was
to
he
you.
doing the same thing with Sam Hyde? And now each side says something different, and now they hate each other. Now I'm an organizer of internet creator boxing events. First of all, where the hell did this fucking
now
idea
we're
come
on
from,
to
and why is it popular?
Keemstar.
I have no idea besides stupidity.
It was the stupidest idea ever.
I don't
Because
get the
it makes
appeal of it
money?
whatsoever. But then on top of that, so
I
now
love how we just slide right into fucking Keemstar bashing again. Like, and yeah, Keemstar is like been working, like, comes up with these good ideals that work. So yeah, I mean, like, obviously, like, a lot of people watch the Wings versus Boogie fight, and I'm sure there's other ones that he did too. So it's like there is an audience for it, so he marketed towards it.
I'm doing that event, and now someone is in the event who's involved with someone I don't like, so now they're banned from the event. What? Well, when you made the event and you signed the guy up, did you make it in the rules? Did it say in the rules Sam Hyde can't be a part of the event in any way, shape, or form, and you can't involve yourself with him? Because if it didn't, then actually what he's doing is kind of wrong, in my opinion. You can't just ban someone from an event outright because they're associating with someone you don't like, right? Did he have it in the rules to say that? because he's like he changed the rules in the middle of the event that was already planned and everything hyped up. That's kind of messed up.
I'm done.
It almost feels like what happened is iDubbbz was the kind of guy, he would strike out at people on the internet and create drama and profit off it.
Like
Well,
you.
now the tables have turned.
Just
correct?
like you.
Now people are striking out on him, and he can't really take it. Right?
Just like
it seems
you.
Like he dished it all out.
You are
years
talking
ago,
about yourself,
but now
sir.
he can't take the same stuff he used to dish out.
This
That's
is-
not good, obviously. And
Look
it seems
in
like
the
it is
mirror.
backfiring in his face, right?
Hot calling the kettle black, sir.
This is the shit they're saying about him, about his girlfriend, and now his boxing event
His
sucks because
girlfriend.
well, Sam Hyde is involved with the guy boxing. I don't like that guy, so
This
this
is
guy's
talking
banned.
about
What?
yourself
It's
here,
stupid.
Phil.
No, it's a boxing event. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Right? Nothing. Yeah, he seems like he's like overly defensive and sensitive now. I mean, at least
Talking
from what
about
I get
yourself.
from this mini documentary. It looks like there's like 3 minutes left. Let's get through
Look
it. That's,
into
you know,
the mirror.
what did you expect was going to happen? I mean, from this perspective, all right, all I can say is I agree with that criticism. It seems like this was someone who at one time used to call people out on the internet in a very dramatic
So
fact.
you accept the criticism that is aimed towards you for the same fucking reasons, then. By proxy, you agree to the same criticism that is levied against you all the time. Good to know,
And now that
Phil.
people do it to him, he can't take
Jesus.
it. And there's very valid criticisms here of him being a hypocrite or whatever. Like, listen, if you like my old
Hypocrite.
content, that old style of commentary and stuff that I used to do, and you don't
He has no self-awareness. Like, he has zero fucking self-awareness. Because in his mind, it's not that way. He doesn't see himself the way we all see him. So he doesn't, like, recognize the same traits that he's, like, levying, like, the same traits that he's seeing in iDubbbz. He doesn't recognize are the same as for him. So it's like, he's not recognizing that. Because in his mind, it's totally different, guys. It's so different. Like, I'm just the victim, and I'm being attacked for no reason whatsoever. I'm like, no, Phil. Like, you're the same.
like me now, that's fine. You know? What can I say?
That is... I'm sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud for you. That is not why people don't like you. People do not like you not because you changed your content. People do not like you because you are a douchebag asshole online and always have been, and constantly insult other people and can't take the shit yourself. The same thing that people are criticizing iDubbbz for, people are criticizing you for. And on top of that, at least iDubbbz, to my knowledge, didn't beg, manipulate, and abuse his own viewer base either. Because people don't like you because you constantly manipulate your own fan base, the very small, fleeting fan base, actual fan base you actually have. You manipulate, you control, you threaten, you beg, like, you mistreat, you're abused, and they keep coming back for more. And it's only a small handful of people at this point because you're constantly bleeding your followers dry. That's why people don't like you, Phil. It's not because you changed your content, so I'm okay now. Or, no, I mean, oh, I changed my content, so that's why people don't like me. No, they have very good reasons to not like you, Phil. And that's not one of them.
It's a valid criticism if you really liked who I was back then or whatever. But what I could say is I'm still successful today making the kind of content that I like to make.
No, you're not. You're really not successful, though, Phil. Like, how do you quantify success, right? Like, if he was actually, like... Oh, my head. Like, how does one quantify success as a content creator on YouTube? Like, arguably... Okay, so, like, when I think successful content creator, I'm gonna go with my favorite one and say Wendigoon, right? He is, like, one of my favorite content creators. So I'm gonna go with him and use him as an example. I need to catch up on some of his latest videos, but he has massive fan base, millions of views per video. He has sponsorships in the videos. People actually pay him money to advertise his products. he does so he doesn't have to beg for fucking money. And he's so popular that he doesn't have to beg for money, because even if he didn't, wait, let me phrase this right. So my brain works. Even if he didn't get sponsorships from other companies, he would still be like really good to go, just based on the different views that he's getting and the ad rates alone on his videos, because the viewer counts on his videos, the interactions with his videos, like all of that, like he makes a decent amount of money just on that alone, right? That's a successful content creator. Just because you have like less than 5 people that constantly shill and donate to you all the time, literally every fucking day, they are obligated to donate and give you money to keep you afloat. That is not a success. Success would mean you have independently created a substantial way of living without relying on your fan base. And you haven't done that. And that's the fucked up thing that really gets me too, is that my throat's getting a little dry. Maybe I should grab another water bottle. Let me finish this thought, and I'm going to run and grab something to drink really quick. The fucked up thing is he's talked about before denying and declining sponsorships. Now, they're not the biggest sponsorships. They're like Raid Shadow Legends, because they'll fucking sponsor anyone. But he could still fucking do that. But, it somehow goes against his morals to fucking, it goes against his morals somehow to take sponsorships, because he would rather suck his own fans dry and constantly beg and have his own fans support his dumbass and his overinflated self-worth, instead of actually having a few sponsorships to actually help out or anything. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, he shits on the fighting game community still a whole lot as it is, because like, he really thinks that like they just didn't like him because like, he was an uppercomer. No, wait, what did he say? I just watched a video on it. What was it? It was like because I wasn't like a professional, I just came in and started playing the game, and I didn't devote like 100% of my time to it or something, and they were so upset because I was doing somewhat good at the game, and they're like, that's why they didn't like him. No, they didn't like him because he was an asshole and talked all this shit and made a website like shitting on fucking West Coast players and all this shit. That's why they didn't like him, not because I can't remember exactly the reason. Like what? Like he was saying something to the kind of like, because he just like came out of nowhere and started playing Street Fighter and like was somehow, like in his words, he was getting somewhat good at it, even though he wasn't devoting 100% of his time to it, and he wasn't paying all this money to go to tournaments or something at first or something. Like he said something like that. I don't know.
And
wait, I'm gonna let this finish while I run and grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
I'm not writing on $1 million, $2 million, $10 million I made back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like the content I make for the content. They don't like the content because of someone I was 15 years ago. Let me tell you, very few people probably still watch me from 15 years ago, you know. But if people like the content today, that's why they're here. So it seems like what they're saying is the only reason this guy still has pertinence is because of the content he made back then. No one likes his current stuff, and people are calling him out for it constantly because he's rolling in dough from what he made back in the day. Well, and then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you tried to make me look like that.
emojis in the chat, man. Crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord. A boy's.
Alright, I'm back. And just in time, too, it looks like. Like I said, this is definitely a catch-up stream. Because I haven't been paying enough attention, apparently. Or haven't been making enough content, so. This is still, what, like weeks ago? Like a week at least? 2? No, it was probably 2 weeks ago still. Yeah, he protect like, and then he claimed that what, he was the #1 North American player at Evo that year, and, like, even though half the FGC like boycotted that Evo competition because of that shitty ass port they chose to use for it, and then he still got his ass kicked by like three different Asian players anyway. So I'm like, no, you weren't, because like, you weren't the best North American player that year because most of them chose not to go because of that shitty ass port. Yeah, Hood Hustler. I think I heard GTZ talk about that actually. I think it was in a few of his streams he mentioned it. Yeah, because like after the tournament was over, like, and like he was one of those like people that like they would just call him like a walking ATM, and they would just like get all the money off him because like he wouldn't fucking learn his lesson and just say no. He would still like play all these people or something. But
Phil DSP is having a breakdown, folks. He actually has to be at home without any internet and interact with his wife and have conversations with her. Oh my lord, that's tragic. I guess he's gonna probably find out who he's actually married to. Alright, it's not that serious. I'm assuming he still has internet on his phone, so he can browse Twitter, play WWE Champions on his phone. He should be okay. Oh, he should be okay. He doesn't have to interact with his wife, so saving grace, he's okay there. But of course, what I'm talking about is the Snort Fort is under attack, and under attack by Xfinity. Apparently, Xfinity is now a detractor. The internet, the business class internet that Phil has, is down. Also, apparently, his home internet is down as well. So he has no internet connection. He can't stream. He can't play WWE Champions on his house phone, on his computer. He can't do anything. He can't even watch his programs. Can't watch HBO Max. Can't watch Netflix. Nope, not at all. And he reported out about 16 hours ago.
I mean, he probably doesn't play WWE Champions at his computer anyway. He does mostly probably
he doesn't know what it is. He tried resolving it, reconnecting his. I'm assuming he just unplugged and plugged back.
I bet his old outdated PC is so fucking old. They probably can't even play WWE Champions or BlueStacks, which you would probably need to play WWE Champions. Like, what? That's not going to support Windows 8, so he can't play it on his computer.
And nothing is working. It got so bad he actually had to cancel the night stream, and of course a lot of people tweeted out making fun that Phil was actually lying about his internet connection because he really didn't want to play Zelda. Oh my lord. Nah, I don't buy that, because it doesn't matter what he has to play, he's gonna stream. You know, it takes life, it takes an act of death or desperation or having your car tire stolen or something for Phil not to stream. It has to be something super extreme.
No, he still streamed even though the cow tire thing too, so.
Okay, so essentially he said, we're still in full internet outage, so it looks like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom stream is canceled. And then he tweeted, Zelda can't catch a break. Yeah, sure, Phil, whatever. And then he reported out again, like 2 hours after that. He said, so our internet is still out, and Comcast just keeps updating, saying it'll be later until they fix it. They gave him a notification that around like 10:20 p.m. Pacific time it was supposed to be down, but this sounds like it's something local, maybe. So it's probably like a connection issue or a transformer. Something went down in the area that's causing the problem, or maybe just the whole internet, the whole network in that area went down. But Anyway, so he has no internet, and that was as of 11 hours ago, which makes that around midnight our time. So nothing there. And then again, it seems like every 2 hours he's panicking and putting out putting out posts out there on YouTube, and apparently he got 27 likes. So 27 dents actually are monitoring and watching these updates, along with detractors like myself. Okay, 9 hours ago he said, "We're still without internet after 7 hours. Comcast Business stopped providing updates and is now just saying we're working on it. Therefore, at this point, I can't promise if I'll be streaming or uploading Sunday. Hopefully they'll get their act together at this lost business." Oh my lord. You know, when he gets back, he's going to spend his whole podcast ranting and raving about Comcast, about Xfinity, being scumbags and not pumping money into their network and systems. Oh my lord. And then as of 8 hours ago, with mind you, was about, let's see, it is almost 12 o'clock now my time. That was about 4 o'clock in the morning, so essentially 1 a.m. Phil's time. Why isn't he sleeping? Why is he just chilling and relaxing? He know he's an old man.
Well, yeah, I'd have time to set up. I'd have time to get everything working properly and looking nice for you guys. And basically, I'm in a big rush. What happened was, I just hit the wrong thing. What happened was, so my ISP said one thing and completely lied. All right, my ISP this morning had said that they were going to have the internet at 3 p.m. That's when they were going to have it ready. Now, they had already said several times that they were going to have the internet working before then, and they lied. It wasn't working.
Phil,
so
fix
I didn't
this.
trust
Phil,
them.
there's
So
gap.
my wife and I said, what are we going to do? Sit at home all day?
It's
and
not
do
fitting in your
nothing
border right, yeah,
with
Phil.
no internet and nothing to do, So
my OCD will be upset. Phil, there's a huge gap here, Phil. You didn't fix it. If he had scenes set up, he could do this. But I'm not one to talk because I haven't had any scenes set up yet either. So
we said, we'll go out. So we actually got ready. My wife got made up. We went out. We were out and about
my wife
doing
got
stuff.
made up.
And then we got word not from my internet company, but from one of my
She
neighbors.
had to put 10 pounds of makeup on.
Now, I had signed up for multiple alerts from my internet company that when the internet came back that they were going to contact me. They still haven't. And the internet's been up, apparently, for them to understand, for about an hour now. And they didn't bother to tell me. So, basically, worthless. Pretty insanely bad customer service. This morning, I was on the phone trying to get to a human. They literally wouldn't let me speak with a human. It just kept going in a circle with the stupid AI robot.
Well, see, only humans can talk to other humans, and you're not really human.
So. Goodbye, and it hung up on you. I was like, that's some pretty impressive customer service there for my ISP. So, I was out, and I didn't rush home, but we got home, and we're like, all right, let's get everything set. So now I'm trying to get everything set up here so we can play. No podcast today. Forget that. We got to get into gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, we can't be wasting time. We got to jump right into Street Fighter 6 and Dalsim. I actually did get to watch a video or two last night when I got my phone to work, because here's the thing. I do not have any real backup internet. My phone, of course, has internet on it via the cell phone service, but the cell phone service internet is terrible. It's like completely unreliable. I'll be in this room, it'll be working for like 5 minutes, and then it dies completely for an hour, and then it'll come back for like an hour. Then it goes away again. My cell phone reception is absolutely terrible here where I live. So because of that, I don't have any like backup. If I can get on it to like post, like just to give you some examples, some of the tweets and the community posts I tried to make for you guys in the last 24 hours to tell you what was going on, I had to try to post those for like 40 minutes to get them to even work because they wouldn't go through. They just kept erroring out over and over and over. Casanova says, how did you end up ending the live stream yesterday? I didn't. I guess what happens is YouTube, after a certain amount of dead air, realizes the stream should have been shut off and automatically turns it off because I couldn't do it. I had no access to shut off the stream, and the apps on the phone don't let you do it. You're completely stuck with a stream that's endless. So,
and still somehow
anyway,
that was better content than if he was actually there
let me
streaming.
set up, 'cause I'm setting up the laptop
all that
right
dead
now.
air,
Shout-outs 'cause we have a couple
still more
tips and things to
entertaining than
shout
that.
out. And then we're going to jump right into Street Fighter 6, and this is an extended stream. Normally I would end at 4 p.m. I'm going to play till 5 p.m. So I can
Oh, wow,
at least get
an
like
extra
2.5 hours
hour,
of Dalsim
dude. I need
today,
more
which was,
money.
my intention to begin with. I hope that we can do it. Okay? Let's see here. So what don't I have up? This is not up. Site cannot be reached. Reload. Okay, it's reloading. This is excellent. Everything's working. I see Street Fighter 6 Blanca finally has the Blanca face avatar, which is actually funny because he has a pretty funny face in the game. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. No, you can't. You cannot start or end a stream that you. Well, you can't end a stream that you started on PC on a phone. It doesn't exist. There's no listing in the YouTube app to get into that stream. You can watch the stream, but you can't edit it or change any settings of it until it's an archived video. You can't stop the live stream. So if I started a stream on this phone, what happens is then that phone is in the app, not on the desktop, and I could end that stream, but the stream was a normal stream that I had done for my desktop. So I literally was stuck with an endless stream yesterday of DSP versus the internet. I mean, if anything, thank God it ended. The stream ended, right? Like, that was the final video that I was reacting to there, and I wasn't going to do anything else, so it wasn't like it screwed me and I lost half my show. But at the same time, yeah, that was a pretty shitty way to end it, and I couldn't upload anything. Like, nothing's uploaded or whatever, you know? Nothing I could do about that.
Oh, I would have to wait a little bit longer for that.
Anyway, it is what it is. I missed out on last night's stream, and I missed out on half of today's stream, but we're going to do our best to get gameplay in.
We're going to do our best,
Let me see. So the webcam's working. I think the pop-ups should be working.
We're going to have this gap here.
So we're going to test that in a second. Video, audio, everything looks good, right? Okay. And I think I got the laptop working now. So I can actually put the phone away. The phone needs to be charged now.
Too much WWE Champions on it.
What an ordeal.
He had
and
WWE Champions withdrawal.
I know you guys love doing the podcast before I play Street Fighter, because as you know, when I play Street Fighter, I had to focus on the game. I can't really talk to you. If you're looking for interaction, come back tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. I'll be doing Zelda, and Zelda allows me to have a lot of interaction. I'm sorry I'm not going to get to do that on this stream. It sucks, right? What can you do? Okay, so let's do shout-outs. Actually, by the way, look, I'm dressed completely differently because I was out. This is the kind of stuff I wear when I'm out. You know, jeans and a nicer t-shirt. It's not a video game t-shirt. It's actually like just a nicer shirt that I wear out on warmer summer days. I actually have socks on today, which I never do. So I'm dressed completely differently to play Street Fighter because I literally rushed in the house when I heard the internet was back to try to get everything going for you guys. Okay? So let's do shout-outs. What's up, Jade? What's up, Wade? What's up, Casanova? What's up, Juan? What's up, Carliga? What's up, everyone? I say no super vibes. What's going on? How is everyone? Sorry for the insanity of the last 24 hours, but let's do it. So, shout outs. There was a $30 tip.
Includes the shout outs? Yeah.
And he says, hopefully Comcast will fix their shit and you're able to read this on your podcast today. There was no podcast today, sadly. I was looking forward to comparing today's doll scene gameplay to the sessions that you had with Blanca and Lily. Heck, I was looking forward to hearing your responses to my tips from yesterday, which I did respond to on yesterday's podcast, which I couldn't upload. And your reactions to the clips I submitted this week, which, of course, again, I couldn't upload. But, of course, all that is stuck in limbo. I guess now I'm
getting their money's worth
at an appropriate time. Well, I don't know if you'll ever get to hear this because I'm not recording this right now. Anyway, yeah, Street Fighter, my comment for today is that I'm very pleased with your decision to have more sessions with fighters you already used.
Super important tip that he had to read.
Super fun. At the same time, I want to say, when you do inevitably try another character, I would like you to try Jabby or Cammy, which is his joke, Jabby, because she just jabs a million times. That was Babby, you get what I mean? I want to see what you think of using one of the game's intended faster characters. There you go. So thank you, Game Tracker, for the first
newsflash. He still sucked at it.
I received a $2 tip from Shitting Zangief. Says, Phil, Comcast is the biggest troll to deal with. Sorry you had to deal with the problem. Love your ears. And it just came back about an hour ago, and I rushed home because I wasn't home. I rushed home to try to get everything set up.
Podcast. Gotta go home. Gotta make that money.
Again, my apologies. Obviously not intended. Nothing I can do about it. But now we're back, thank God. Okay?
Which, I mean, like, it would at least be one thing if, like, say he was, like, because we all know how, like, supposedly, like, how unwilling he is, how strict he keeps to his schedule, how unwilling he is to bend his schedule, right? And, like, yes, he gets tips from Dents and everything like that, right? And it's not a success because, like, if it was successful, he would be actually making money just off of YouTube, ad revenue, and sponsorships. But that aside, right, it would at least be one thing if, like, all the money that he makes, he would actually be saving up, investing, and actually paying off any debts that he actually has, paying his bills and everything like that. All that. Oh, great. So it does show my fucking desktop for a second. Wow. Shit. Oh well. 'Cause sometimes I'll like have to bring up the window on my other monitor, and I guess it flashes my desktop for a second. You didn't see that, okay, guys? All my millions of fucking files on my desktop that I need to clean up. But again, going back to what I was saying, he doesn't save anything. He doesn't, like, it's all wasted immediately. I'm like, you could be saving this money and have like a decent, like, if he saved all the money he made, he would be in the same position fucking Keemstar is. Maybe not as much money because obviously Keemstar was more successful than him, but he would have like he'd still be able to retire and everything.
My absolute favorite.
Yeah, dude, I accidentally exposed myself. You saw my desktop and saw that I'm a furry dude, and saw how messy and unorganized I actually am. Which is odd because like I talk about OCD about this shit, but like for my own stuff, it doesn't bother me so much. So like I have a desktop full of like pictures, folders, all this crazy shit, files, like Word documents, folders, everything. Like game icons everywhere, not organized whatsoever. It's fine, but stupid small shit bothers me.
Favorite portion was this morning, 9 a.m. I'm calling Comcast. They will now not allow me to speak to their customer service rep. It says, we're aware of the outage in your area, and if you need help with that, the rep will not help you. Have a good day. And it actually hung up on me.
Gee, it's such a good thing you pay for two business
impressive.
lines,
They
huh?
will not let me speak with a human.
Getting your money worth.
You know, pretty good. Anyway, Radical Jaws did a super chat. He says, Phil won my first online match yesterday. Congratulations. I'm glad to hear that. Maybe I need banana.
Alright, I think I'm gonna save the whole Asmongold because the rest of these videos. No, actually, I can jump to this. Yeah, we'll jump to these two. I'm gonna save these Asmongold these Asmongold reacts for an actual video. I'm not gonna go over them live. But we do have 2 other videos left, and then I'm gonna probably start getting ready to head to bed actually. But let's finish these last 2 here.
Let's see here. Huh? What?
Well, exactly, like Hood Hustler, everyone's been like, that's the weird thing. It's like obviously he loves to pretend that like all of us are like super toxic individuals, and we just like all like shit on each other all the time and everything. I'm like, no, like everyone has been so like kind and awesome. And it's like way better. Like it's really positive environment, surprisingly. Like not surprisingly, because like I mean I've been in the detractor community for a long time. This is just like I'm just new to making content, but I've always been lurking in the chat, and like everyone's like such like the only issue we've ever really had was like, well, I mean obviously Sons of Kojima or whatever when that back then, and then the Reverend fucking that idiot. But other than that, everyone's like really positive and like it's awesome. And like I don't give a shit either, because like I'm not immune to criticism. Like I don't care. I like what I like. I'm not gonna make apologies for what I fucking like. I'm not hurting anyone. Unlike some people.
This tip. I received a $1.30 tip. That seems like I should have gotten this 2 years ago. Are you ready to hear this one? Seriously, this sounds like a 2-year outdated message. Are you ready? You're gonna get a laugh out of this.
Are you ready?
Here we go. Get ready for this. Since you didn't hit your members goal for June, I didn't have a members goal for June. I don't have member goals anymore. Anyway, let's continue. What are your plans in order to pick up the record low YouTube side support you've had since you made the switch from Twitch.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of like amazing how such a big, open, diverse, and like honestly kind of wholesome community rose up around such a terrible fucking human being. Like Phil is such an asshole. Like he generated like this massive community of like really awesome people just to shit on this douchebag. It's crazy.
Switch from Twitch. I made the switch 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. The YouTube side support has increased dramatically since then. And I'm happy with the amount of support
because
I'm
I
getting on
begged.
YouTube. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Please have a good evening. I hope to see you all tomorrow for my final streaming day of the week. And remember, I only got tomorrow and Friday to count for this month. So if you could support these next couple of days of streaming, that would help me tremendously because I want it to count for this month. And, you know, I get paid for that next month. It would help a lot. You know, super chats, memberships, gifted memberships in the next 2 days would be great. All right. I will say this. We're in the finale of the month. Tomorrow and Friday are my last 2 streaming days of June. If you like the content this month, I would ask a favor. If you're going to support my channels, please do it in the next 2 days. And when I mean that, I mean things on the YouTube side. For example,
Yeah, it's just
like
the
super
kind
chats,
of people
memberships, or
he
gifted
attracts,
memberships.
unfortunately.
I've definitely seen a decline in these in the last couple of weeks.
Because that's
I
who
don't
he
know.
is.
Again, this sounds like a message that would have applied 2 years ago. For coming off of Twitch to YouTube, and we were doing member goals, and I didn't hit them, and the support was much lower on YouTube. That's
But you still have a members
not
total
happening.
right here. Oh,
exactly. So is it a time travel?
And that's the problem, is that like that's the fucking problem. Like, so he changed it from a monthly member goal to a daily quote unquote member goal, but then he'll just move it. So if this actually went up to 525, he'll just secretly increase it to 530 without actually like letting anyone know it increased or anything like that secretly, so no one noticed. Because so he never actually has to like pay it out or do anything special for it or anything like that. Because he doesn't actually fucking pay attention to this. You could just erase this whole members goal fucking right here and just have these 3 here. But he doesn't. And he's still fucking begging all the time.
I don't know.
So.
It's a tip that came in 2 years ago, and it's coming in now, 2 years late, maybe. Let me check the date on it.
Let me check the date.
Did it come in
from years ago?
No, it says it came in this morning at 11:53 a.m. It doesn't say 2021 on it, so I'm a little confused. Let's continue. A whole new suite of rewards for tips and memberships would breathe a lot of fresh air to your streams if you consider reworking the rewards. Again, we don't have member rewards. We abolished them. Earlier this year, people outright told me they didn't want them anymore, that you should just do special events regardless of how many members you have. So we did that for many months now. In fact, if you take a look, the Super Bowl event, the Fight and Feast,
they're all
the
the same
long-form
shit.
Internet Historian React event,
All the same stuff.
tomorrow's DSP's Digital Summer Party,
God,
and the
that was
Machinima
shit
event.
too.
5 events have nothing to do with member goals. We're just doing them just for fun, rather than it being based around.
You're doing them because you usually make a lot of money when you do them. That's why. Like, what didn't he make like $400 or almost $400 or something? What was it, yesterday or the day before when he fucking did that goal? So it's like, that doesn't matter, Phil. Like, you're doing them because you make money doing them. And because you're like, oh, well, it's a holiday, we gotta do something. So, the 4th of July, well, in America, the 4th of July means that, blah, 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 and explain the whole fucking thing.
Around any kind of support
that-
level. I'm just doing it to say thank you to my viewers. I'd rather just do special events than have it based around hitting any support level, because I appreciate all the things you guys do for me, you know. So I don't know where you're coming from. You seem kind of off base. I don't think you really understand how things work around here. Maybe again, if you were only watching, if you were only watching my stuff 2 years ago, maybe you would think that this is the case. But you know, like I told you guys,
he's only focusing on the member goal part and not the rest of it, where he's constantly begging for YouTube support and claiming that donations were down, guys. I'm not getting as much YouTube interact.
expensive, terrible things happen to me and my family, and we could stay everything, you know, no horrible things shutting down.
Yeah, I saw that about the flag. A little bit. I'm trying to find that video. I'm gonna have to search for that video. I think it was in one of his podcasts because I was gonna go over that a little bit too. But
The channel, you know,
like, I'm not the biggest fan of the country, in the current climate that it's in, unfortunately. So I'm not the most patriotic person or whatever. And honestly, that's not a real flag anyway. I'm pretty sure that's just one of those like stupid ass decorations that's like one sided anyway. I don't even think it's like a flag on both sides or a real flag for that one that's hanging up behind him. Unless you talk shit about the actual flag, actual flag, and not in general, and not just that like shitty little like door decal thing. I don't know.
I think I'll be all right as long as we can just stay
But
stay
still, it's
consistent.
like,
Now,
yeah,
of
I'm like,
course,
yeah, you don't
obviously, having times when things pick up.
like. It's more like I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this country, but still, like, don't fucking like shit on that. You know, it's like fucking people died to protect that flag. Like, don't fucking dishonor people like that did that.
Bit is awesome, but right now I seem to be doing okay. You know, so I don't want to. Again, I don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood, because the last time I said something like this, I fucking got kicked off the Twitch partnership program, and I'm not doing anything at all considered risque. I certainly haven't done anything whatsoever anywhere to rouse anyone up. I'm staying out of all drama, right? Like,
no, fuck. You're not staying out of any drama. You're still doing harmful slurs, Mister. The T word is I can't. I don't even want to say it because I'll probably get like stricken down. But like, the trans slur is not a slur, guys. I'm like, no, it fucking is. And like, I had made a video a while back of like you going over like slurs even recently in recent days and shit. So like, no, you're not. People were criticizing him for. Yeah, no, that's fucked up. Yeah, I wouldn't.
just staying
don't
here
do
in my
that.
lane playing Street Fighter. So I don't want to hear any bullshit. People try, oh, but you did this. Fuck you. I didn't do anything. I'm sitting here. I'm playing Street Fighter, man. That's all I'm doing. I don't want to be involved with anyone's nonsense.
You're even a bigger joke.
So you leave me out. I'm trying to purposefully stay out. Like, let me tell you, in the month of June, there were multiple parties who, once again, behind the scenes, tried to wrap me up in bullshit. Did I tell you the story? I didn't tell you the story.
Oh,
I'll tell you a
Lord,
brief
what
story because you'll get a
What
good laugh
story?
on
The
it.
Asmin
Okay?
Gold thing? We already know.
Stuttering Craig
Oh my god.
tried to contact me in June. Are you ready for
What?
this? Now, keep in
Okay.
mind, I want nothing to do with him or the side scrollers ever again. I already made this abundantly clear. I'm done with drama. I want nothing to do with any of
Exactly.
this.
They
I'm done
exposed
with
his
it, right?
ass.
I want nothing to do with any of them. I just want to be
And
do my own
he
content.
can't fucking handle another interview. Like, this interview hurt him so bad. He is still shell shocked from it to this day.
For my viewers, he contacts me. He says, I want to do my viewers told me I should do a challenge set. You and I should play Street Fighter 6 together. And what'll happen is you'll play it on your channel and I'll play it on mine. And we'll have our own viewers support us during the set. Now, I don't play Street Fighter 6, but if you want to do this, I will practice and then we'll do this big hype set against each other. I'm not kidding you. He actually sent this request to me. And I'm sitting here and I'm reading it and I'm like,
So he's supposedly starting Craig's trying to do that, and that's a bad thing. But you trying to fucking message LTG to get into a Street Fighter match with him for publicity's sake, that's a good thing. That's fine because he did that. But Stuttering Craig trying to do the same fucking thing to you, that's a bad thing. Right, so we got hypocrisy already.
this has got to be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever experienced in my life. Have I not said time after time, I want nothing to do with them at all. I'm done with.
And didn't LTG say time after time he doesn't want to fight you? Because you're a fucking joke and he would get nothing out of it. And yet you still message him too. So everything you're talking about, Stuttering Craig, can be applied to you.
them. I moved on from drama. I want nothing at all.
you will never fucking move away from drama. You don't have the ability in your head.
Arena, I'm like, just seriously think about this, all right? I'm not a Street Fighter player, first of all, but I have a background in Street Fighter, right? As I told you guys, I was going to dedicate a lot of time to get good at Street Fighter. Craig doesn't even fucking play Street Fighter. Why is he challenging me to a Street Fighter set?
Because it would be fun, and it would be like something to get people's attention and everything. Maybe that's why.
What? What are you talking about? Right? It's like, why? Who would want to see this, right? My viewers don't want to see this. Why the hell would anyone on my side care about me beating up Craig in Street Fighter 6? Because you know that's what it's going to be. Me beating the shit out of Craig in Street Fighter 6 because he doesn't play Street Fighter, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, how exactly would this benefit me? You want to know what would happen? My viewers would be like, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting our time? You're beating up a scrub who doesn't know how to play the game. You're wasting everyone's time. There's literally zero benefit. No one wants to see it. No one's going to come out to support me to beat up this guy in Street Fighter. It's a complete one-sided, lopsided thing. Why does Craig want to do it?
Yeah, and now he's over here. Yeah, exactly. Now he's over here saying like, oh, my dents won't actually support me if I do this. But will your dents support you if LTG kicks your fucking ass in Street Fighter 6? Oh, no. Your dents would support you if you did that, because you would get your fucking ass kicked if LTG fought you. But, oh, they don't care about supposedly you beating a noob's ass or whatever. But you did that all the fucking time when you played the Street Fighter Ultimate Collection, whatever the fuck that is. Like, because he played Street Fighter, like Capcom Collection or whatever the fuck that is, right? And the only people that were really playing Street Fighter 2 on that game, after a while, like after the initial wore off and people went back to Fightcade and everything like that, the only people on there were scrubs. But he was over here acting like they were all actual high-level players and everything and kicking their asses when he was still fighting fucking scrubs. So how is that any different than him fucking over here fighting Stuttering Craig, who's a noob? Like noob scrub, it's the same fucking thing.
Because once again, he's trying to capitalize and bank on drama.
Practice,
so he thinks if we did this, right? Even if he loses, all my detractors will go to his stream and shower him with.
Yeah, see, even his fans, we're all telling you we want to see it.
Super chats and support again.
Because it would be fun. Because it'd be something him interacting with something. But he's afraid because he got so hurt by fucking Stuttering Craig and the Side Scrolls podcast or whatever it's called.
Dried up again, right? It dried up. So now how do I milk it again? Right? So it's absolutely ridiculous. I was just like, what is he talking about? First of all, I outright said to everyone, I want nothing to do with side scrollers.
That doesn't mean they saw you. I mean, they don't watch your shit clearly. So, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because, they don't watch your shit, Phil. So how are they supposed to fucking know this? They ain't watching every fucking second of your fucking streams and podcasts and everything to see what you think of them. They're not you.
I want nothing to do with anyone. I'm done with drama, right?
I'm done with drama. Exactly, Aquateal. I'm done with drama, except when I insult random fucking people for no reason and then wonder why all this back and forth drama constantly fucking happens. Because I'm just an expert at insulting fucking people and then playing the victim and complaining they're punching down on me.
I am completely of the mentality now. There's absolutely no one out there on the internet that has any kind of honest interest in giving me a fair shake. All they want to do is create drama for personal benefit. That's all it is. They realize that the more drama they stir up, my detractors will literally go throw them money because my detractors are brain dead idiots and will support anyone who says something negative about me.
Yes, it's always about the money. Because honestly, Phil was thinking that... So, Phil was okay with the whole Side Scrolls podcast, and he still thought that he got a fair shake until he saw the aftermath, the after stream or whatever it was called, the decompression stream, where people were donating money to him. When he saw the Side Scrolls podcast getting money from some detractors, and I'll say that some detractors, not every fucking detractor went and gave them money. And if they did, they were giving them like a tip as like a job well done for exposing him for the liar that he is. It's not like they were over there all the time giving him money. They just gave it to him as a tip. It's like, hey, you guys did actually a good job with the interview, unlike fucking the other guy, the quartering. So good job. And he when he saw that they were making money off of detractors, that's when he changed it around and realized that he was that they fucked him over and that he and everything like that. So it's always about the fucking money.
Even if it's meaningful or even meant that it's serious or not. Like, literally, I know for a fact there's people who've gone out there and talked shit about me just to have people come throw the money that day. But the people are so dumb, they don't realize that. They're that dumb. I mean, that's the level of intelligence of my detractors. They'll throw money at anyone because they're fucking morons, okay? So...
Again, Phil, I've been in the detractor community for a while now, and I would argue maybe 40% of detractors actually make any money off of you, because most of us have a real job. And I'm not shitting on anyone who does make money, because get that bag and everything, I don't care, but not every fucking detractor is making money off of you. I know quite a few people who don't even take tips or anything like that. And whatever money, I know some people that aren't even monetized on YouTube. They don't have a point because they don't see the point in doing it, because they actually have real jobs. They don't need to rely on tips to get by, unlike you, dummy. Ann Lee refused to take any tips or monetize for the longest time. And it's only because you struck him down, or someone in your name struck him down, or whatever. And that's where you're you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make some money. And he did, and good for him.
It's just crazy. What are you talking about? On what planet would you email me and contact me
don't make money
and say you're challenging me to a set of Street Fighter, right? You literally put me over the coals for several months. You did several streams on me.
We're not trolling him to make money. We're trolling him because he's such a huge fucking asshole. And honestly, it's to me, it's fascinating, because it's he really is a fucking alien at this point.
Shit talking me,
not human.
saying I'm an awful person, right? And deriding me to milk money out of my detractors. You restreamed my streams. You actually had streams titled.
You restreamed their stream in a way, because you were reacting to their stream. So how is that any different?
Monetize the detractors. Monetize the haters, right? Why the fuck would I play Street Fighter with you? You are officially the dumbest motherfucker I've ever heard of now. I mean, wow, there must be a vacuous emptiness in your brain to think that I would do anything with you moving forward. I mean, holy shit, right?
He is so fucking butt. He literally, it's not like he called him to insult him or everything. He literally just wanted to play Street Fighter. Randomly, whatever, because he thought it would be fun. But Phil doesn't understand the word fun. There always has to be some alternative motivation for everything. And it's well, if I'm not going to get paid, there's no point in me doing this. And that's why he originally went on the Side Scrolls podcast in the first place, was because he wanted to bring in more whales. He wanted more people to become fans of his to get more money. That's why he originally went on there. Oh, to clear my name? No, that was bullshit. He wanted more people to come on to him. You know what I mean? To become fans of his. That's why he refused to, he turned down some interviews from less popular people, because he wanted a big fan base to come over to his.
Anyway, but that's the point I'm making. That's just one example, by the way. People are still constantly trying to pull me into their vortex of bullshit.
They don't even have to do that. Just wait a second, and you'll react to someone else's fucking content and inadvertently insult them as well. And then it'll be a whole nother fucking drama cycle again. Because you can't shut the fuck up and actually just react without actually insulting someone. Because you're a fucking idiot.
Okay? And I am just ignoring it all.
And
I'm
you
not
hate everyone who's more successful than you.
gonna bite on any of this nonsense. I'm just gonna see.
And now that he's yeah, exactly. And now that he's insulting Stutter and Craig, they're probably gonna do a whole fucking reaction stream to this, and then Phil's gonna react to that, and it'll be a whole nother drama cycle again because you are a fucking idiot and are constantly insulting everyone, and you're still fucking butthurt about the interview because it went sideways because they exposed your ass for lying so bad.
Here in my lane, making content for you guys, and having absolutely nothing to do with any of it.
It's honestly like a mantra at this point. Like, I'm in my lane. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm not giving into the drama, even though he obviously fucking is. But it's like, if I repeat it enough times, maybe it'll actually happen while constantly feeding into the actual drama.
Nothing to do with these people. I'm just,
It's like he's trying to
manifest
manifest
it. I don't care
and
if it's
still,
fucking
like,
Wings or
not
Boogie or
doing anything to work
Keemstar,
with it.
Review Tech USA, fucking side scrollers, shit fuckers, whatever the fuck they are. I don't have nothing to do with any of these people. Because there have been a bunch of people trying to invite.
Is that why you reached out to Review Tech USA, like right after the Side Scrolls interview? You reached out to Review Tech USA and tried to like get him to come onto your show for money because you thought you could make money off of him. And then you did the same thing with LTG because every single time you do one of these things, you're trying to make fucking money off of them. But now he's like, oh, I want nothing to do with them because I can't make money off of them.
Follow me and shit. There's been, again, I don't talk about this stuff. After the podcast fell through with Boogie and Wings, 2 other podcasts have offered to have me on their show. One of them was actually quite prominent. And I said, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm done with it.
Yeah, because you're a dumbass.
I'm not playing that game anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. I'm done with it. So, yeah, I maintain my lane. I don't want anyone out there trying to say, oh, Phil did something dramatic. You see what I'm saying? Like 2 years ago on Twitch, people were trying to say shit, but now, I'm far removed from that shit. I'm just sitting here playing Street Fighter. I'm enjoying RPGs. I'm reacting to clips. I'm doing very, very blasé, commonplace stuff.
But you don't realize that when you react to clips, you insult the person. You dumbass.
See, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
No fucking drama. I'm staying out of it permanently. I'm not doing any of that shit ever again. I apologize again. Earlier this year, stupid shit, bad decisions for sure. I'm not going back to that. We're staying here and having good times together forever, man. I'm done with that. I'm really done with the
forever.
bullshit.
You'll be streaming forever. That's for damn sure.
All right. So,
wiping my nose again.
Cool. Let's continue on. I got $1. So yeah, that was a weird blast from the past kind of tip. I don't even know what they were referencing. So it's pretty funny. No matter what I do, people are not happy. So with Final Fantasy 16, alright, basically the game has way too many cutscenes. And the problem is that there's really exciting parts in there. Like, there's actually good parts in Final Fantasy 16 that I'm really enjoying. But then they keep putting these little, like segments of cutscenes in there. Then in my
almost like a game is trying to, like, tell a story or something. Ain't that crazy, guys? A game is trying to tell a story? Like, ain't that insane?
You're just annoying and not very good. And the side content as well, like the side missions I've done, are complete wastes of time. So, my complaint about Final Fantasy 16 is the moments that are great, but there's way too much filler between them. They really seem like they wanted to drag the game out with this incredible amount of, like, dialogue and stuff that really doesn't...
Uh-oh. You know what that means? A game is lasting more than 20 hours? Means it's too long, it's dragging out too long, and it's just not for streamers, guys. I gotta drop it. It's taking way too long. Games should only be about 8 to 9 hours long. if you didn't know that, like, he literally wants, like, every game to be, like, a 6 to 7, 8-hour walking sim. Go from one end of the hallway to the other end with no cutscenes, no story, super easy stream mode, and get it done and over with and on to the next game. That's what he wants. He doesn't want an actual epic, long RPG story. Like, what did you think? It's a Final Fantasy game. It's gonna have a bunch of story. It's gonna have a bunch of side quests. That's what RPGs are, dumbass. But he's over here pretending that he actually likes RPGs and games in general. He doesn't love games at all, and it's very clear. Like, oh my god,
Doesn't add anything, and you know, it's
he
not
doesn't
just me.
understand
People
what
watching
an
my
RPG
playthrough as
is
well. They're
anymore.
like, yeah, the whole game's gonna be like this. Everyone's criticizing you for it, and you know, just get used to it. But the high points
Yeah,
are
he
really
loves
good
walking
things.
simulators. All those stupid, like, Man of Medan, like, fucking, like, the whole company that makes those boring ass fucking walking simulators, and like, he doesn't even pay attention to the story half the time in those anyway. And it's literally just like walk and quick time event and do, and then he'll slip up and say something super racist in some of them, and uh, it's time for the slave trade, and that'll get clipped.
So you got to kind of
'Cause
tough
he's a
through
fucking asshole.
the more boring parts. So today we actually got to a more open world part of the game, where you had the opportunity to travel all around the map and do whatever you wanted. And there was a bunch of side quests on the map, but people tell me don't do them. They're like, literally, those are a waste of time. All they are little busy work quests, a little bit of extra dialogue here or there, but they don't add really to the story overall. They're kind of side.
Yeah, but you could probably get more money, more experience, probably decent items or weapons or something like that. Because usually, even if like the side quest story isn't very good, like, it'll at least give you good shit. Like, okay, again, I'll reference the game I'm currently playing, Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one. I know he played it, but I think he skipped most of those like side quests. Hold on, sorry. Ugh, sorry. No, so it's like he would not, like, I think he did play the first Xenoblade Chronicles game, but I'm pretty sure he skipped like almost every fucking side quest in that game and just rushed the story. But it's like, I know there's like a shitload of side quests in Xenoblade Chronicles, like over 400 stupid little side quests, and it gets annoying because like you'll finish the side quest, you'll go to the person who gave you the side quest to turn in the side quest. As soon as you turn in that side quest, that same fucking character has a new fucking side quest to give you. And I'm like, motherfucker, I just beat this monster, and here's the materials for it, and now you want me to go and fight another monster? Now, to be fair, in Xenoblade Chronicles, there's no real story for the side quests. It's like, gather these items, kill this monster here, that kind of shit. There are some side quests that have story aspects, but the majority of them are just stupid little, like, gather these items for me, get this for me, kill this monster here, kill 5 of this monster, that shit, right? But like in side quests, like even in these side quests that mean nothing to the story and everything, they give you a decent amount of experience and a lot of money. And then you can turn around and use that money for better equipment. Instead of like running around just randomly grinding against random enemies or being underleveled with weak ass equipment, you can do that. So, like, yeah, maybe these side quests weren't the best story driven, but they probably gave you decent rewards. But he doesn't care. He's trying to push through as fast as possible in the
that
game.
really doesn't
because he doesn't like RPGs.
necessarily add to the overall plot. You might have a little side story here or there that has a little bit of interest, but it's just nothing that's worth the time investment for it. You're going to get a tiny bit of experience. You're going to get a tiny bit of this or that, but you're not going to get much out of it, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. By the way, there's a pop-up for this super chat, so I don't know why X-Shooters didn't show up. But anyway, I'll shout that out in a second. So I say, all right, we'll just go right to the next story. So I go literally right to the next story segment, and the next story segment's good. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, wow, this is great advancement. So I publish all the videos, and the first comment on the video is, oh, you skipped all the side content. You're rushing through games. I don't want to watch you play games anymore. And I'm like, You know, so if I took all my time with the game, oh, this game's boring, drop it because it's boring, there's too much crap. Okay, I'll skip the crap, I'll just do the story. Oh, you're skipping the whole game, don't play it anymore.
It's all about balance, dummy. You gotta
I just can't win
it.
either way. Just like, for example, with Zelda, right? Like I said, we're about 44 hours into the playthrough. I'm thinking it's going to be between 55 hours to finish the game. That's my estimate at this point, okay?
And that's without him doing
If I went full on world exploration, imagine this. We're at 45 hours, and we've only done 1 to 2 of the major dungeons because we spent all this time doing tons of side content, tons of optional underground exploration and stuff. Like, imagine if we're only halfway through the plot of the game right now, and we've been playing this game for a month and a half. How many people would be complaining that I'm taking way too fucking long and everyone else beat the game, and why the hell am I not getting further in the game, right? It's like, I can't win no matter what I do these days. People are complaining, and it's starting to piss me off. I'm being honest. Like, I'm tired of people just saying no matter what I do, it's wrong. You know? I'll give you another example.
Because everything you do is wrong, Phil.
As you know, if you watched my podcast earlier today, there was a pro Street Fighter player by the name of Diaphone, I think their name is. And they actually asked permission to analyze some of my gameplay of Street Fighter 6, and I had given them permission, and they went ahead and did a video that they released like a day and a half, 2 days ago, analyzing my gameplay. It's a very insightful video.
Oh, yeah, I think I did see that. I'm like, who cares? They were like, whatever, so he gave you some pointers and Street Fighter or whatever.
Smart, it's well done. There's no hateful content there. It's just them saying what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong.
So what?
I learned from the video as well as everyone else watching. Okay?
I don't think
I didn't even know that the video had existed until you guys told me about it. So last night I watched it, and I actually left a nice comment on.
Wait, you didn't know the video existed, but you said that he asked for permission to do so? How does that work?
On there telling him I really liked the video. I think you did a great job, and you ever want to, analyze my stuff further, I'm game. I give you my blessing to do it. That's nice of you to do this.
He doesn't really
need
a
nice
permission.
Thing. All the comments on the video are from completely brain dead idiots. I'm not even kidding. Okay, I take that back. The vast majority are. It's all my haters. They all went over there because it's a video about DSP. Oh, you see? Well, DSP is going to hate this video. He's going to say that this guy stole his content and is doing nothing but, saying bad things about him. Now, first of all, the video has nothing negative in it. How could I even say that? Plus, when have I done that? Right? Maybe you're talking 10 years ago when This Is How You Don't Play came out and I misunderstood it and I did that. Guess what? This is 2023, 41-year-old Phil. This is not, 27 to 30-year-old.
You still get pissed off about Evil AJ today. You had like a rant in a video not that long ago about Evil AJ and that how This Is How You Don't Plays and everything made people think that you're a bad at Street Fighter, which you are. But like that was that was this month, Phil. This month you said that. Okay? Like, no, you're still a fucking moron.
Phil, who's an idiot. Who I've outright told you guys that my behavior back then was bad, right?
You still act like that today.
They all leave that comment. I'm not even kidding you. There's like 100 comments on the video like that.
So why you bringing
it up?
So
then I watch the video and I praise it. Oh, now they put up. Oh, you see? Phil did this just because now he's trying to get clout in the Street Fighter community. He's trying to be nice with this pro player. So it's just his evil plan to do this. It's like, wait a minute. So if I hated the video and said it's a piece of crap, how dare you do this? That was bad. But if I like the video and I'm nice to the guy who made it because I think it's a great video, that's also bad. So literally my existence, no matter how I react.
I swear I just saw it not that long ago. Yeah, right here. I watched half of it.
The placing at Evo is fake. All those tournament wins after
5 days ago
didn't happen. He never ran tournaments. He never made YouTube videos that anyone liked with Street Fighter. None of that happened. No. Phil was always a scrub in Street Fighter and he's a terrible player and everyone should make fun of him. Well, isn't it funny now?
So yeah, I changed. I'm 41-year-old Phil. This was 5 days ago, dumbass. And you're still bitter at Evil AJ for making This Is How You Don't Play. You're still bitter saying This Is How You Don't Play ruined your reputation and all this bullshit. So what the fuck are you talking about? But now you're trying to pretend that it didn't bother you. And
no matter what I do, how I play a game, how I respond to anything on planet Earth is wrong to those people. Yeah. And the problem is there's thousands of these idiots on the internet who think that. And it's driving me nuts because I'm just trying to put out fun stuff for you guys. As you know, I've tried to change to be a better person. but this mob mentality of brain dead idiots is pretty bad. You know, like, no matter where I go or what I do, they stalk me.
Oh, you're gonna cry about it. Like, you deserve all of us, Phil. We are here because you deserve it. We're not here picking on some innocent victim. You deserve
Right? They absolutely fucking stalk me around. Here's a video that's actually positive saying, listen, Phil is not bad at fighting games. I'm a pro player. I'll tell you why. He made a lot of mistakes. Here's his mistakes. Here's how he can improve.
That's not what he fucking said. That's not what he said. I watched it. That is not what he fucking said. See, he has this habit of taking things drastically out of context and putting words in other people's mouths. I watched that video. He's talking about not once did he say that Phil was a good player. He said that was a good move. This was a good move. Like that. He never once said he was a good and professional player or whatever like that. He never once said that. He loves putting words in other people's mouths in terms of this shit. But he never once fucking said that. But he's going to over-exaggerate and
Here's
lie
how you can
about
learn
what
from
he
it.
said.
A great video. Let's crap all over it and say that Phil is a piece of shit and everything. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You are a piece
no matter
of shit.
what I do or how I respond to anything is bad, right?
I thought you were going to ignore it.
And I'm not saying this is you guys that are here right now. I'm just kind of venting right now. Because it's really starting to anger me. It really is. I'm trying to vent now. It's starting to anger me that I can't win no matter what. I'm doing it wrong. Well, then, fuck you.
So ignore the haters like you were saying you were gonna do. Like, he talks on and on about, oh, I'm gonna ignore the haters, this and that, and blah, blah. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
If you think that no matter what I'm doing it wrong, then don't watch my content and go get fucked. Like, seriously, you're wasting everyone's time. You're such a toxic fucking individual to say shit like that to someone. That no matter what they do, they're bad and they're wrong. Well, then, you know, fuck off. Go do something else with your life. But that's the problem. There's become this viral group of people.
And here we go again. The whole, go do something positive with your life. Phil, we're not all little kids that live in our parents' basements or whatever, like he likes to say. I'm like, I have my own home. I have my own job. Again, you're a side hobby at best. I don't obsess about you 24 hours a day. I really don't.
People, there's like tens of thousands of them. They watch all the hater content. They watch the restreams. They go to...
Because we, like he doesn't understand at all that, like, we like the hater like, Phil is like background noise to us, really. I mean, if you come to think about it, he's white noise. I like to watch detractor content mostly for the detractors, not because of him. I'll watch different detractors reacting to the same video over and over and over and over again because I like all those different detractors. I'll watch Detractor Beam. I'll watch Ludwig. I'll watch Ann Lee. I'll watch Detractorism and Pastor Mo and everyone. Like, because they're all unique, different, have really good different takes on everything, and are just entertaining to watch as their own entity. Like, I like all their content, so I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not watching it. Well, part of me is watching it because I don't like you, but most of it is because I enjoy their takes. I enjoy them making fun of you and laughing at you and creating their own content based on you. You are, like, when you're building a model kit, he is the glue that holds that model kit together. He is not the model itself. He is the little, I don't think they actually use Elmer's glue, actually. I don't know. But it's like he's that little glue that holds the model kit together. And the model kit is the detractor community. And he's just the little glue that holds everything in common together in place. Like, he's not more important than the actual model itself. Does that make sense?
Go to any positive video about me, they crap in the comments. They're just sick. These are sick fucks. And they're all over the internet. It's pretty bad. You know, like, I don't even know what to do about it besides ignore it.
And exactly, it's like, detractors are giving you free publicity. If it was not for all these detractors, if all of us, like, disappeared today, you would, like, lose any, like, notoriety that you have online. Like, you would be fucking buried and no one would know who you are or what you do, and you would literally just be in a little hug box with your fucking little chat of like 5 people here, barely moving, of the same fucking dense, and no one on the internet would know who you are.
Every once in a while, I got to talk about it and at least vent about it a little bit. It makes me feel at least a little better to get it off my chest, you know?
I thought,
and
why
it
don't
is,
you
it's
take
fucked
your
up.
own advice?
Like, tell me what I'm doing wrong right now.
Oh my gosh.
Right? That's so heinous. What have I done? Really? What have I done to have the ire of the internet on me like this? Besides the fact that they get laughs out of making fun of me for shit that's not true. Because that was.
Well, how far back do you want me to go, Phil? Like, what have you done? What, today? This year? Like, I could pick up a lot of things. You insulting random people online for no real reason other than jealousy and greed. You still, to this day, making, like, racist or uncomfortable jokes, gay jokes, you know? Like, you're still not... You haven't changed as much as you really think you did. You really fucking haven't. And you're still an asshole. You're still begging and grifting for money constantly and mistreating your own fan base.
The day that video came out, everyone crapped on it. Oh, you see, Phil's just going to be a piece of shit and he's not going to listen to advice and he's going to crap on this video. So then the opposite happens. Oh, you see, well, that's because he wants to ride the coattails of the fighting game community and get... Like, wait, what? So neither one, you know what I'm saying? So either one, so fuck off then. Then you have nothing to add. You don't have criticism. You don't have anything to say. You're a loser. All you do is crap on me no matter what. So your argument is invalid. It's completely invalid.
No.
if you are someone,
just because they crap on you negatively doesn't mean automatically every single criticism they have of you is not valid.
Who says, because I don't like you at one point.
And he's acting like the entire, like, detractor community, like, went on this video and said this, like, when it was probably only, like, 1 or 2 people. So keep that in mind.
Because of something you've done. I will literally never, ever, ever believe that you can change for the better. I will never give you the benefit of the doubt. I will never give you a chance. I will just spend the rest...
Because you've never shown us any evidence to prove otherwise, Phil. If you actually change for the better, you actually changed for the better and actually provided actual evidence for that, like, we would probably give you the benefit of the doubt a little bit. But because you're a compulsive liar, you haven't proven that you've changed that much at all, and you're still a negative piece of shit. You're still scamming your video. Fuck. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. I need to go to fucking bed. It's almost 6. Jesus. You still scam your fucking viewers all the time and mistreat them horribly. So no, you haven't changed. When you actually do try to change, if you ever do, then we'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
This is my life crapping on you because you did something I didn't like at some point. Dude, you need to go to a doctor. Like, seriously. Yes. Just go straight right into a fucking, like, you know, psychiatrist's office right now. Like, what the hell kind of a life do you live, right?
Oh, yes.
It's just crazy.
Assumptions again. Guess what, Phil? I have a therapist, and I do go to see my psychiatrist every once in a while. Yeah. And they seem to think I'm okay. I'm not locked up in some cell somewhere, so must be doing something right there, huh?
So, you know, I'm just venting because I need to. You know, sometimes for my own sanity, I need to talk about these things publicly. But it's just wild how insane these people are. You know, now the funny part is they'll make a video about this. They'll clip this and make a video about it. Oh, you see, Phil ranted. No, if you made the clip about this, you actually are proving my point even further. But the thing is, these people are so nuts, they don't get that. They actually think, because it's just this self-cycle of toxic hate. They don't get it. They're actually proving my point right. And then they just keep...
So if you know that, then why the fuck are you doing this rant in the first place? Take your own advice and fucking ignore it, dummy. Like, how hard is that, you stupid?
Making the same kind of...
Like, he knows what's going on, but he won't actually take his own advice and actually put a stop to it. Like, he has all the power right now, today, to at least quell a lot of detractor, like, content a bit about him. Like, he has the power to actually ignore anything anyone talks about and literally just focus on him and his chat and playing games and doing his own shitty ass fucking content, right? And not react to anything outside of his sphere of influence. But he still won't do that. He still has to lash out. He still has to do these rants. He still has to insult random people online. And that gives more fuel to the fire. When you could douse it and like limit all the content we could produce and starve us out, but you won't do that.
Really unhinged, brain dead, toxic content. It's
And
nuts.
then he wonders
you know?
why the content.
Anyway, when you
prevails.
guys ask me, why don't I have any kind of involvement, all right, with anyone? Why don't I collab? Why don't I do this or that? This is exactly why. This is literally the
It's all our fault. It's not because you had the Side Scrollers interview and you were shown to be a huge fucking liar on your own volition based on your own fucking actions, and you were so scared from that you're never gonna do that again and work with anyone again.
the reason why. Because anytime anything positive happens,
he still has
those
PTSD
toxic
from that
people
interview,
go
man.
over there and try to ruin it. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's just why. Why can't Phil have sponsors? Why can't Phil do...
Even still, all those like supposedly all those hate comments on his video still gives him like interaction for his YouTube channel and ends up helping him anyway. So
do a collab with someone? Why can't Phil do this or that? This is exactly why. Because these toxic people are fucked up. And the thing is, if you're only here, you wouldn't even know that. If you're only in my chat, I keep that shit out. So you wouldn't even know that that cloud is out
you're
there.
not
But they're
keeping
just
that out
nuts.
now. You
I'm
constantly
sorry.
talk to them
There's
about
no
it.
other description for it. Real people don't act like that. Mentally sound, whole people who have lives and things going on for them
Sorry,
don't...
Phil. I don't. First of all, I don't really trust what you think is real, normal, sane Pearson. I don't really trust what you think that is because you are not that yourself. You're a very damaged individual. And second of all, you constantly go on these rants and tell your own audience in your own sphere of influence about shit like this. So yeah, they do know all this because you constantly tell them.
Act like that. That's unhinged content. That's unhinged behavior that needs an analysis by a professional. Anyway, I got it off my chest. It is what it is. I'm not gonna ever stop those people. I mean, it's the thing. Like, people say, "Well, do you think it'll ever go away one day?" No, I actually don't. Because the more I ignore it, and the more that I've changed for the better and moved on from that.
Motherfucker, you don't ignore anything. God, this is so annoying. Like, it's too late for this shit. Phil, you do not ignore anything. You don't. You claim and lie and pretend that you ignore the shit, but what are you doing right now? You're venting. You're feeding into it. You're not ignoring any of this shit. In fact, you're making it worse. Just shut the fuck up. But he can't do. He physically cannot shut up about it. He physically cannot bring it up. He has to tell someone. And that makes it always worse. And like, I don't know why I care, because obviously it's funny, but the fact that he's over here lying and pretending that he actually ignores it when he fucking doesn't at all, he does the exact opposite. And it's fucking insane.
That shit,
he's
right?
just like outright lying.
They've just continued in their own toxic circles to perpetrate it further and further. And it certainly doesn't help when you have bandwagoner idiots who see opportunity to jump on the bandwagon to make money, and they milk those people and they just whip them up into a even stronger fervor.
Again, I'm not making any money on
right?
you, dummy. I'm not doing that for money.
You know, that's what I mean. But it's all fine.
money.
You know, we can just do whatever we want, make fun of people on the internet, and there's no repercussions for it. It doesn't hurt anyone, right? Yeah, of course, it doesn't hurt anyone. It only just fucking ruins entire lives when you act like that. But, you know, as long as you got...
So you're admitting the trolls win, then? Is that what you're saying? Like, are you saying the trolls win? And, oh, we're ruining his whole life. No, Phil, you ruined your own life. Trolls did not make you go into debt. Trolls didn't make you file bankruptcy, Phil. That was all you. Trolls didn't make you get 16 different fucking credit cards, Phil. That was you.
Need for it.
You. Like, We ain't ruining anyone's life. We're over here laughing at a fucking delusional moron online. And it's not even... Like, it's not even... Okay, so, like, some trolls take things too far in terms of, like, swatting people and stuff like that. But arguably, compared to other lolcows, he's had it, like, the least compared to other lolcows. Like... Sorry. Like Wings gets from pretty bad fucking trolls that I take things way too fucking far, and some other ones do too, right? Like, don't touch the poo, just fucking sit back and laugh at it. Like, I don't even really agree with people like finding his bankruptcy or his bank leaks and doing that. Like, I didn't agree with that, but like since they're out there, I'm still gonna point and laugh. But like, I didn't really agree with the person originally doing that in the first place. But like, that's a very small minority of the trolls. Most of the trolls don't actually like outwardly touch the poo and just sit back and laugh at you online. And that's not ruining anyone's life.
Right? That's how these people think in their heads. You know, the Keemstars of the internet. This is exactly how they think. Oh, I don't care.
Just
all
a
I did
little
was I
army
just
of
talked about it.
Keemstars,
No,
huh?
you didn't. You riled up the hornet's nest of fucking weird people. And now they won't leave me alone no matter where I go or what I do. You know, it's pretty fucked up. But anyway, I digress. I'm done talking about that now. I got it off my chest, and I'm ready to
totally
jump
ignoring
into
everything.
Zelda.
Wham, wham. Like, he doesn't seem to understand anything. I was gonna go somewhere with that, but I don't remember. Yeah. Fucking delusional. All right, I have a very short little thing, and that'll be the end of it. I want to replay this one really quick from Keemstar.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I had a brilliant idea.
Because it's classic. Wait, I think this is the right one. Oh no, this is the wrong one. God damn it. Hold on. This ain't the right one. We can watch that too, but that's not the right one. I'm trying to find that one. Oh god, that's that. That's not it. Why am I having a hard time finding it though? Do I have to go on Twitter? I can't just view Twitter without logging in. Fuck you, Elon Musk. Hold on. I think this is it.
Phil, sir, I'm gonna have to call bullshit.
I think this is fucking it. I don't know why it's such a hard to find on YouTube for some reason. But this is just something I really wanted to quickly address. Super quick.
Darkside Phil, sir, I'm gonna have to call bullshit. You just accused me of two things. One, punching down like you're some type of victim or something. You were literally talking shit first. And two, you were basically saying that you struck a nerve with me. No, both are wrong. I'm very simple. If somebody talks shit to me, I talk shit back because it's entertaining to myself and it's entertaining to my viewers. And I was thinking to myself, do I hate this motherfucker? No, I don't. I don't even really know you that much. I've never had a fucking problem with you. So I figured I would leave by giving you some life advice. See, you're a gamer, all right? I'm also a gamer. And the thing is life, everything you fucking do in life is a game. Whether a girl you're after, a job you're after, a brand deal you're after, everything. You go into the DMV, and when you're in line, you strategizing, okay, should I cut here? Should I do this? What'll get me in fastest? What'll get me out fastest? When you're driving in traffic, everything is a game. Everything is a game. And you have to do the calculations to try to beat the game and win the game. And at this game of life, I've beat the game. I beat the game. I used some money glitches, but I beat the game at life. You, Phil, you're still on mission 1, and you can't get anywhere, and you're rage quitting, and you're starting over and restarting. I mean, a decade ago, you were on Straem begging for $20 and $10 donations so you could pay your rent. It's a decade later, you're begging for $10 and $20 to pay your rent. You're restarting mission 1. You're trying to use the same tactic over and over again, and you're dying, and you're having to restart the level. If you want to win at this game of life, you're going to have to fucking do something different,
Phil.
Now, I know it's an ongoing thing with people telling you to go get a real job, but you probably need to get a real fucking job.
Love it. All right, I'm out of here. It's too late. It's too late. It is almost 6 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, everyone who did watch. Thank you, everyone who will watch. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. And have a very safe and productive and meaningful 4th of July, everyone.